Earthsearch, Mindwarp by James Follet. Adapted by Jacqueline Rayner. Part 1.
Arama, a great domed city encased in rock deep beneath the surface. Generation after generation of people going about their daily lives in a world of finite space and infinite resources, never pondering the many inconsistencies around them. They have been taught not to. To them there is only Arama and Diablo, the evil land against which they fight an eternal war. And the outdoors, well, that's just a myth. Something to frighten children. A threat for those who disobey the Guardian of Destiny. No one questions why things are as they are. No one wonders if there could be something more. No one.
Where birds and monsters dwell. Outdoors, outdoors, another name for hell.
Excuse me, my name's Callie Solent. I'm here about my son, Ewan.
Take a seat. I'll see if Technician Father Dadley can see you.
Thank you.
Good morning, fellow citizens of Arama. Here is the mid-morning war report. The Department of Defense has announced the results of yesterday's war. Our glorious army of Arama has suffered a small amount of casualties, but the profane forces of Diablo have sustained huge losses. We have now won the war on 6 consecutive days, a record, fellow citizens. A glorious achievement which His Excellency, First Secretary Caudo Inman, has decided to commemorate with an extra decker for every 5 deckers earned today. And now, some important messages.
Kill the Diablons! Pow, pow!
Hush, Tarlin.
Ewan's not coming home. Can I have his toys?
Don't say that, Tarlin. It's been a mistake. Ewan will be coming home. And sit still, please. You don't want a technician to see you misbehave, do you?
Stupid technicians. I don't care about stupid technicians. How I hate stupid.
Mrs. Solent?
Yes?
Come with me, please. Your son can wait here.
First Citizen Caudo Inman assures all citizens that there is no risk whatsoever to the public, as the GOD's protection ensures that evil will never find a foothold in our beloved Arama.
Come in.
Mrs. Solent, Father. Ewan's mother.
Thank you, Technician Talent.
Sir?
Please sit down, Mrs. Solent.
Thank you, Father.
I'm Technician Father Dadley. I interviewed Ewan this morning.
Father, there's been a terrible mistake. I got a message saying that Ewan's not coming home.
I'm afraid there's no mistake, Mrs. Solent. Ewan has been called to worship the Guardian of Destiny and will be trained as a technician here at the centre.
But he's not old enough to start training.
Normally that would be the case, Mrs. Solent, but Ewan is special, very special. We want to start training him immediately. We know how you feel, but you must be brave. And you should be proud of your son.
But there's a mistake, like there was with me. I was selected, then deselected the same day. A mistake.
Deselection is almost unheard of. I'm afraid there's definitely no mistake with Ewan. There have been 2 children chosen today to start their training early. It is a great honour. Ewan is a very special boy, Mrs. Solent. All praise to the Guardian of Destiny.
Come on, Tarlin. Oh, this can't be happening. I can't lose Ewan. I can't.
And I get the toys.
Talent, what is this?
I thought I should warn you, sir. We have an unexpected visitor in the centre. The First Secretary.
Your Excellency.
Dadley, isn't it?
At your service, Your Excellency.
Sir is sufficient in private, Dadley. You're getting forgetful in your dotage. You have had an intake of 6 selectees today, correct?
That is correct, sir.
One of them is named Ewan Solent.
That is correct, sir.
Where is he?
Dormitory 6, with, Jenine, Anders and Deg Colin.
Thank you. I know the way.
We are honoured. Caudo Inman himself deigning to appear to us.
It's all happening again. No.
What are you talking about, sir?
It's like Simo Bilan all over again.
Who?
Zymo Beelan, a brilliant boy. One of my first students as technician father. The first secretary turned up, just like this. Took an interest. Zymo disappeared at the beginning of his final year. And the records show there were others before him over the years.
So what?
So what, sir? Talent. I'm telling you that students have disappeared without trace. Don't you find that worrying? How old do you think the first secretary is?
I don't know. 55? 60?
Much older.
Nearer 70 then.
Caudo Inman was first secretary when I first came here at the age of 7. And that was 70 years ago. And there were old technician lecturers then who remembered Caudo Inman when they were children.
I hardly think that's possible.
You don't understand, Talent.
Obviously not, sir. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have duties to attend to.
Yes, go on. Inman uses children, always the very clever ones. We train them, and then they disappear. But what happens to them? I'm an old man. I don't have many years left, and little strength. But by the outdoors, this time I'm going to use what strength and time I have left to stop him.
What will I do without you?
And I get his Metro 20 and his construction block and his hot air balloon and his football and all his toys.
Oh, Ewan, my little boy. What's going to happen to you?
Outdoors, where birds and monsters dwell. Outdoors, another name for hell.
Ewan. Okay, Ewan, next question. A travelator develops an intermittent fault on the low speed band and sometimes stops altogether. Give the corrective steps you would take and in the right order.
Step 1, close the travelator.
And?
Step 2, open the access cover to that section's controller.
Ewan, for goodness sake, be serious. If you start giving answers like that in this year's finals, you'll have to take them all over again.
So?
So, that would mean me moving on to the final year without you. Where's the fun in that?
No one to bully and dominate?
Exactly. Ewan?
Okay, I'm sorry, Jenine. I'll do it properly. After all, I've put up with your bullying for so many years now, I wouldn't know how to cope without you.
Ewan. The question?
Okay. The fault is probably with the controller unit.
Probably is sloppy.
Probability of controller unit fault, 80%. All right.
Go on.
Remove the controller board, test IC258 for correct logic activity on line 10. If IC258 is within spec, repeat test on IC389.
Very good. Word for word. And if IC258 and IC389 are working...
Then it's a 90% probability that the fault is an intermittent failure of the GOD power...
An interruption of the GOD power.
What's the difference?
The difference is between your wording and the wording in the answer. A difference that could cost you several points. You've been warned before about using that word. GOD power never fails. It is interrupted. Carry on.
And if it's not a GOD power interruption, then a faulty slave motor or motors is 100% probability. Replace all slave motors in that section, test in accordance with Public Safety Specification PSS/104A, and return motors to the nearest maintenance depot for recycling or repair.
Tools required?
I'd go for Toolkit 108.
Not bad.
What do you mean, not bad? That was perfect.
It would be perfect, only if you used the right wording and didn't try to be clever all the time.
I don't have to try to be clever, and your constant bullying undermines my self-confidence.
All right. Well, now you test me. Ewan, you test me.
What's beyond the domes?
Rock, of course. We learnt that in year 2.
And beyond the rock?
Rock is infinite. It goes on forever. What are you on about? Ask me a proper question.
We ought to explore the rock.
Why? To make more domes?
Or metro tunnels?
There's nowhere else to go. And why would the Guardian of Destiny authorise such waste? Imagine the cost in materials to build boring machines and the energy they'd use. The population's stable, we recycle all materials. We don't need new transport tunnels, and we certainly don't need new domes.
I had a dream about a new dome.
You what?
I'm lying under a vast blue dome. And there's warmth, but a lot more warmth than we get from the Zargon lights. And I'm lying by a recreation reservoir, a huge one with lots of water. There are children playing and my hair's blowing about.
Some technician you're going to be. You dream about a dome which is the wrong colour and it has something wrong with its air conditioning.
But in my dream it all seemed so right. All of it. I wish you could see it too.
Well, I don't. It sounds horrid. Sort of place birds and flies might live. Oh, I don't want to hear any more about it. Could we get on with this revision?
I'm going to see Father Dudley.
But now? Well, what am I supposed to do? There are exams coming up, in case you'd forgotten.
Well, you can manage to open a textbook on your own, can't you? I have to ask someone about this. Someone who'll understand.
Come in.
Father, I hope I'm not interrupting.
Oh, not at all, you and my boy. Come in. Sit down. So, how are you? End-of-year exams coming up, aren't they?
Yes.
Well, I'm quite certain you've got nothing to worry about. You're doing excellently in all your studies. Only another year and you'll be a fully qualified technician.
Oh, it's not the exams.
Well, what is it, Ewan? You know you can tell me.
Father, do you really believe that rock is infinite?
The word of the GOD tells us it is so.
But supposing the rock around us eventually comes to an end?
Do I smell blasphemy? So, the rock comes to an end. To be replaced by what, Ewan?
I don't know, Father. More domes?
But domes are finite in size. The rock must eventually resume.
But there was a dome in my dream. It wasn't finite. It seemed vast. Infinite.
Dream? You have dreams? Tell me.
There's a vast dome. So vast that you can't see its surface.
The colour of this dome is wrong. Yes?
Yes. It's...
blue. It's blue. Am I right?
How do you know?
There have been others, Ewan. Long before your time. Gifted students like you. They used to have similar dreams. A vast blue dome.
Others? Others with the same dream? Who? Tell me, please.
So long ago.
You must remember someone. Please, Father.
Simo Bilan.
Where is he now? Please, Father, I have to know.
Simo vanished. They all vanished.
How? The Diablons?
No. This has nothing to do with the war. I think it's time, Ewan. I have something very important for you. This is a radio capsule.
I don't understand.
If you're ever in serious trouble, big trouble, press this button and someone will hear.
What sort of trouble?
I'm sorry, but I can't explain.
Father?
I'm sorry, Ewan. I really can't tell you any more. Trust me. Keep it with you at all times. And keep it hidden. You must promise me that you'll never tell anyone about it. If anyone ever finds it and wants to know what it is, you must say that you just found it. Do you promise me?
Yes, of course, Father. I promise.
Thank you.
But if I were to use it, who would hear me?
Someone I can trust. That's all you need to know. And don't worry about your dream. Everything will be all right, Ewan.
Ewan.
The blue dome. My beautiful blue dome. It's real.
Ewan. Shh. Ewan, wake up.
Janine, what is it? It's the middle of the night.
I know. You were calling out in your sleep. You woke me up.
Sorry.
I should hope so too. Now go back to sleep and no more dreams. I don't want to get out of my bed again till morning.
But the dome is real. I know it is. It must be. Other people have seen it too.
Ewan, shh! You'll wake Deg up too.
If only you could see it. If only everyone could see it. Yes, that's it. Everyone will see.
Ewan, go to sleep.
I don't think so. This will be a morning to remember. Janine, wake up!
Oh, Ewan. Didn't you disturb me enough for one night? It's only just dawn.
It certainly is. Come and see.
It's all blue.
Yes. Isn't it beautiful?
This is your doing.
What makes you think that?
It's a stupid, irresponsible stunt. How did you do it?
Phosgene gas in the Zargon lights. Hey, there's Chief Technician Tarrant.
What's happening?
Deg, come and see. Our beloved Chief Technician is having 7 fits out there.
What in the name of GOD is going on? From that, do I take it that this revolting display of unnatural colour is down to you, Mr. Solent?
Now, would I do a thing like that, Deg?
Look! They're trying to break into the control room.
Why don't they just open the door?
It would seem that whoever vandalised the Zargon lights also sealed the control room door somehow.
So it would seem.
Oh, that's a bit embarrassing, don't you think? All those homilies from our worthy faculty head about the need for constant maintenance, and this happens right on his patch. We'll have the place full of birds next.
Oh, they must have switched the lights off.
Night time already. Oh, a short but happy day. Am I right in thinking that the GOD power to Zargon tubes the size of those should be reduced gradually and not just turned off?
You're right.
They're even bluer than before.
Am I also right in thinking that the GOD power should be restored gradually for the same reason?
You're absolutely right, Deg. Oh, there goes the first one.
We're going to end in tears.
9. That's it.
Well, at least we don't have to look at that ghastly light anymore. Made me feel quite sick.
Oh, you won't be wanting your breakfast then?
Breakfast? Well, there's an idea. 2 dawns. They might give out double rations. I'm going to go and check the meal dispenser.
Deg Colin, you'll put on weight. Why, Ewan? Why did you do such a crazy thing?
I just wanted you to see what the blue dome looks like.
But when they find out it was you...
Well, let's hope they don't. Why should they?
Oh, Chief Technician Tarrant won't rest till he finds out who did it. You know him. There'll be an investigation.
That reminds me. I have to go to the archives. There's something I need to investigate.
What?
I'll tell you about it later. Don't worry.
Archives activated. State authorization.
Solent. Ewan. Technician Student 2576.
Access granted. Input query.
SIMOBELAN.
Processing data. Please wait. Secure data. Access denied.
Oh, really? We'll see about that.
Alert, alert. Secure data access.
What? Computer authorization, Inman, Caudo, First Secretary. Show me the data that is being accessed.
File 738A. File 9485G. File 734B.
Simobelan, I see. And who is accessing these files?
Access codes. Solent Ewan. Technician Student 2576.
Really? So Ewan has found out about Simobelan. That could complicate matters. So now what will he do?
Mr. Belan?
Yes? Oh, I am so sorry. I had no idea a technician was due to call. I'll go out immediately.
It's all right. I'm only a technician student. My name's Ewan Solent. Can I come in?
Yes, of course.
Mr. Belan, I need your help. Do you remember Father Dadley?
Oh, yes, of course. He was very kind to Simo.
Your son?
Yes.
Father Dadley told me about him, and I've checked his records. Simo disappeared, didn't he? Have you ever heard from him?
Why are you asking me all of these questions? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know why you're here.
I believe I have something in common with your son.
Like what? It was 15 years ago when he disappeared.
When he was 20. I'm 20. And we were both sent to the centre early. But not just that. I think there are other similarities.
Oh, people could never take Simo seriously. He was always playing jokes, acting the clown. Oh, but underneath he was a dreamer.
So am I. I have dreams about being in a vast dome, so big that you can't see the edges.
Is this some kind of trick? Because it is...
No, it isn't. The dome, it was blue. I thought I was going mad. No one else has dreams, I thought. But Father Dadley told me that Simo did.
Yes, that was Simo's dream.
I'm sorry to stir old memories, but I really need to know.
It wasn't just a dream with him. It was an obsession. The last time I visited him at the centre, he told me he was convinced that the Blue Dome really did exist and that he was going to find it.
To find it? Where did he think it was? I've checked all the maps of Arama and I haven't a clue.
If I told you, you'd think he was insane. I owe his memory more than that.
Mr. Belan, I promise you, I won't think that. I know I've never met Simo, but I feel I have a connection to him. Please tell me.
Do you believe in the outdoors?
Well, I suppose not. I mean, as a future technician I should, but I don't think any of us do. It's just a myth dreamed up to frighten children into being good.
Simo believed in it. He thought that the Blue Dome was the outdoors, that they were one and the same. He said that if flies and birds could find a way in, then he could find a way out.
But didn't...
Who's that? Who have you brought here?
No one. It's all right. I'll get it for you. Hello?
Technician student Ewen Solent.
Yes. How did you know I was...
You are under arrest.
On what charge?
Desecration and sabotage for a start. No, we don't want to make a noise about this, do we?
Ewen?
It's all right, Mr. Bilan. Thank you for your help. All right. I'm coming quietly.
Solent, you've got visitors.
Mother! I wasn't expecting to see you.
Oh, my little boy.
Hello, Ewen.
Tarlin, I certainly wasn't expecting to see you.
Is it bad in here?
Not too bad. I'm not locked in. I can wander about as I please.
Then how do they keep you in here?
See this thing on my ankle? If I venture beyond the perimeter path, it blows my foot off. If I try to tamper with it, it blows my foot off. If I throw a tantrum or get violent, it blows my foot off.
Brilliant!
Of course, it could be a bluff, but I'm not going to risk calling it anyway. How are you, Mother?
Oh, I'm fine. And Tarlin starts his military service next week.
Oh, I'm sure you'll enjoy that, Tarlin. Lots of things to shoot at.
Well, at least I'm doing something useful for Arama. Protecting the citizens from the Diablons while you technicians sit around waving screwdrivers and claim to be worshipping the G.O.D.
Tarlin!
Don't worry about it, Mother. Why did you bother coming, Tarlin?
Mother said I had to come and say goodbye. After all, I am your brother.
But you're not off until next week, are you? I'll be out of here by then. What?
Ewen, your arrest was on the news last night.
Really? I'm that important? You probably know more about what's going on than I do, then.
They're convening an imperial court.
But there hasn't been an imperial court for nearly 100 years. All I did was...
You desecrated and sabotaged center equipment. You launched a direct attack on the GOD. That's what they're saying.
What else, Mother?
There's nothing else.
What else?
There was an interview with the head of the faculty.
Don Astor Tarrant?
Yes, that was his name.
Well, what about him?
He said... Oh, Ewen!
He said that he would be pressing the prosecution to demand a maximum penalty on the desecration charge. They want to hang you. That's why we've come to say goodbye.
If you're ever in serious trouble, big trouble, press this button and someone will hear.
Well, if this isn't serious trouble, here goes. Hello? Hello? Nothing. Pointless.
Hello, Ewen.
Hello?
Let matters take their course. We're aware of your situation. Let matters take their course.
Let matters take their course? Is that it? I suppose it was too much to hope that it would put an end to all my troubles.
Ewen!
Deg?
Your troubles are over, old man. You asked for a defending counsel and I'm it. Sorry I'm a bit late. Spent the night going through depositions and, what do you call them, statements and things. Anyway, you're in a bit of a mess, old chap, but I expect you've already worked that out.
You're my defence counsel?
Indeed I am.
But you're not a lawyer.
The Kalins are an old and distinguished family of lawyers, you know that.
But you're a technician student, and not a very good one.
You have a right to be defended by your peers.
I thought it was a right to be tried by one's peers.
Yes, you could be right. I'm a bit rusty on the old legal mumbo-jumbo.
A bit rusty? Mumbo-jumbo?
Don't worry, I expect to have some sort of trained lawyer when it comes to the trial proper. This is just an initial hearing to determine what charges there are to answer.
What's going to happen to me?
Well... See, there's a rather long list of charges. Desecration is the worst one. An automatic hanging offence, I think. But I'll check up if you think it's important.
Yes, just a bit.
Well, I'm hoping that an impassioned plea in mitigation might result in a verbal reprimand.
Is that likely?
Oh, we live in hope.
I don't believe this is happening.
Hey, chin up, old man.
You know how Tarrant hates students, and he seems to hate me more than most, and with another student defending me.
Now, don't look so downhearted, especially when we go into court. You see, you're on show. The public like a man to look confident in his innocence.
They let the public into court?
Of course. Thank goodness.
Well, just please don't let Jenine come. I don't want her to see this.
Sure thing, old man. Well, I'll see you in court.
Deg, hang on a minute. Shouldn't we plan our defence?
No, I don't think there's any need for that. Law's in my blood, you know. The law's in my blood. So...
Deg! Oh, help.
court will come to order.
This is utterly ridiculous.
Chief Technician Tarrant, this is a court of law. In order to fully ascertain what charges are to be answered, the court must have a full account of the circumstances which led to the arrest of the defendant, Ewen Follet. Would you therefore please answer the questions which the defense counsel puts to you? Technician student Colin, would you repeat the question, please?
Certainly, Your Honor. The Zargon lights, Chief Technician Tarrant. I am asking you if you didn't bother to read the instructions on the control panel, even though they're printed on a sign in bold red lettering.
My immediate concern was to do something about the damned lights.
But neither you nor your colleagues bothered to read the instructions before playing around with the main switch?
Technician student Colin, the court does not like the phrase playing around.
Your Honor. So, you didn't read the warning sign before messing about with the main switch?
No.
I'll read it then. I have a copy. Warning! This was in extremely large print at the top of the sign. Operating the main switch with full GOD power connected to the Zargon lights will result in catastrophic failure of the tubes. Manual regulators must be used. Catastrophic failure. We've already heard that the introduction of phosgene gas would not have harmed the lights, and that its effect would have decayed by noon had the lights been left alone. Therefore, the damage was due to your negligence, and not the actions of my client. Your Honor, I request that the charge of sabotage be dismissed.
That's absurd.
Please control yourself, Chief Technician Tarrant. The panel will consider this proposal.
I don't think we're doing too badly so far, do you, old thing?
Deg, this is incredible. Just look at Tarrant's face. And do you see that guy in the front row? That's my brother. He's none too happy about it either. Thought he'd be getting a ringside seat at my execution, no doubt.
Which guy?
The redhead, next to the old man who keeps muttering to himself.
And you say he doesn't like you?
He hates me. Always has done. We're not exactly alike.
Oh, help.
Why? What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. Oh, moustache, it looks like the panel's coming back. Chin up.
Mr. Colin, the panel agrees that the sabotage indictment can be dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
However, we must now consider the charge of theft, namely theft of phosgene gas from the laboratory complex.
Which Solent cannot deny, as his fingerprints were found at the complex, a place where he had no reason to be.
Yes, thank you, Chief Technician Tarrant. My client does not deny his presence at the laboratory complex, a place which he is, as a technician student, perfectly entitled to visit, nor does he deny removing some phosgene gas from the laboratory. However, he did not steal it, merely transferred it from one centre application to another.
He had no right to do so.
Again, I defer to the Chief Technician. We accept that my client's use of the gas was unauthorised. That is, however, a separate charge, to which he intends to plead guilty.
Well, the bench accepts your argument.
Thank you, Your Honour.
The next charge on this formidable list is that of forcible entry.
Ah, yes. Your Honour, I would like to put it to the court that there is actually no evidence whatsoever of forcible entry by my client, and there is therefore no charge to answer. What signs of forcible entry there are were caused by Dom Astor Tarrant and his colleagues. Over 100 students witnessed Dom Astor Tarrant using a laser cutter on the door.
But that's because Solent used adhesive around the door to prevent it being opened.
Ah, but that's forcible exit, and that's not the charge.
Yeah, and the court agrees the charge of forcible entry can be dropped. However, this still leaves the major charge to be heard, that of desecration. I need not remind the court how serious a matter this is.
But of course, Your Honour, desecration is a terrible and unpardonable crime. However, what is desecration? The law is clear, and I quote, "Desecration is the willful destruction or defacing, either temporarily or permanently, of any article, work, or thing that commemorates or celebrates or depicts or represents the works and word of the guardian of destiny, or uses the works of the GOD to perform its function." Well, there's no doubt that the Zargon gas tubes are powered by the GOD force, but the court has already decided that the destruction of the Zargon tubes was due to the negligence of Chief Technician Dom Astor Tarrant, and not as a result of my client's action.
It was defacing! He turned the lights blue! Everything in the campus was turned a disgusting bright blue! What's that if it's not defacing?
Yeah! Order! I will have order in this court! Technician student Colin, as you rightly point out, based on our previous ruling, the charge of destruction can be set aside. But the question of defacement must go forward. Please continue.
Will you shut?
Silence in court!
Look, this old guy keeps talking to himself. It's him you should be telling.
I will not be spoken to in that way! Silence in court! Now, Mr. Colin, please continue.
Defacement is a very serious charge indeed, and we that well, I mean that is I. But hang on, that is
Dick.
It is inconceivable that
He's doing it again. Shut up, you stupid old fool.
Silence! Please remove that gentleman from the court.
Oh no!
Look, just get off me. That's my brother up there. I've a right to see what's going on. Look, just get away from me, okay? Get off me. Let go of my arm. No, I'm not going anywhere.
May I continue? Thank you, Your Honour. Let us consider what my client did to turn the campus lights from white to blue. He mixed a tiny amount of phosgene gas with the Zargon gas. How did he know what the effect would be? His education, of course. The wonderful word of the GOD that has been passed down to him in this very centre by his tutors. Would you circulate document 6B, please? Now that is Revelation 604, revealed to us by the Guardian of Destiny over 200 years ago. It describes in great detail the interactions of many gases, including Zargon gas and phosgene gas. Paragraph 14A details the percentages of Zargon gas and phosgene gas that are required to achieve blue light in varying degrees. These holy formulae are used to this day in industrial applications where intense blue light is required. Therefore, there is no doubt that such light, which the chief technician referred to as disgusting, is the work of the GOD. So the phenomenon my client employed was not the callous wielding of an axe, or the mindless splashing of a paintbrush, deeds which the law rightly condemns. He used the words of the Guardian of Destiny to achieve the effect. Like many of you here today, I witnessed the event of that remarkable dawn. And as that wonderful blue light filled the air with its beauty and awesome majesty, I recall thinking to myself that here was the true glory of the Guardian of Destiny being revealed to us all. A stunning reminder of the omnipotent powers that have been entrusted to us, and which we so often take for granted. On that morning, members of the bench, my faith in the GOD underwent a profound reaffirmation that will accompany me to my grave. And then, as we revelled in the glory of that wondrous light, there came a sudden and unspeakable darkness, brought about by the mindless tampering of the chief technician. It was utter darkness, the darkness of the profane forces of Diablo, the darkness that shrouds the spirits of those who reject the Guardian of Destiny, the darkness of despair and the outdoors. That darkness, members of the bench, was the only desecration perpetrated that morning, and it was brought about not by my client, but by the ill-considered actions of Chief Technician Dom Astor Tarrant. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Technician Student Colin. We will consider your case.
This is the big one, old boy.
I can't believe this. And you, wonderful blue light. You said it made you feel sick.
How odd for me to forget.
You're amazing, Deg.
It seems you have taken far too many years to come to that conclusion, but you got there in the end, which nonetheless I appreciate. Anyway, I think we're almost home and dry.
And Tarlin's going to miss it. Won't you be disappointed? One of the best moments in my life, seeing his smirk being thrown out of the court.
Mine too, old boy, mine too. Thought we'd had it there for a moment.
What do you mean?
Oh, looks like they're coming back. That was quick. I'll explain it all later.
We have decided that the very serious charge of desecration cannot stand.
This is outrageous! A travesty of justice, a mockery of the judiciary! It's unbelievable! How can you possibly...
First Secretary, Your Excellency, I failed to notice you arrive.
Show me the charge sheet.
Yes, of course, Your Excellency. This is the revised charge sheet.
If I am reading this correctly, Mr. Chairman, it would seem that no less than an imperial court has been convened to consider the misuse of 10 decras worth of gas. Do you not feel that a faculty disciplinary council would be a more appropriate body to deal with such a matter, preferably a junior council?
There were other serious charges that have been dropped, Your Excellency. I shall, of course, refer the remaining charge to the junior disciplinary council.
We might as well dispose of it. We're all here. What is the plea being offered in answer to this most hideous misdemeanor?
My client has offered a plea of guilty, Your Excellency. No defence is being offered and no plea of mitigation is being put forward. It only remains for the court to pass sentence.
Then we shall do so. Ewen Solent, you will please stand.
Yes, Your Honor.
It has been decided to sentence you to 5 days community service, and that you should lose
10
years.
days. I have the power to double any punishment. The accused will serve 10 days community service. The sentence to be fulfilled after he has sat his end-of-year exams. You may now dismiss the court.
Court dismissed.
Here you are at last. What happened to you?
Oh, sorry. Had to drive someone home.
Janine's raided every vending machine on the campus. Janine, a drink for my most magnificent defender, if you please.
Oh, Dag! Ewan's told me all about it.
I don't know how to thank you.
Well, if someone had saved my neck, I'm certain I'll be able to think of something. And you, Janine?
Oh, you shouldn't expect gratitude from him, Dag.
I'll tell you who I don't feel any gratitude towards. The first secretary. Doubling my sentence like that.
I still can't believe Caudo Inman turned up in person. You actually saw him.
Be grateful Inman did jump in like that. I had a word with the chairman afterwards. Don't you remember how Inman interrupted the chairman in mid-sentence? In addition to their 5 days, you were going to be put back 2 years, but Inman beat them to it. By jumping the gun like that, he didn't double your sentence, he effectively slashed it to nothing.
Well, not quite nothing. I've still got to see what community service the court dreamed up for me.
Ah, yes. I'm afraid our erstwhile chief technician has submitted a whole host of ideas to the court, and I expect they'll listen to him to make up for him losing so much face. They say he's suggesting you get sent to the front line.
Well, I dare say I'll survive 10 days of whatever they throw at me. Better than I'd survive being hanged. Anyway, I really am most grateful to you, Dick. You have unsuspected talents.
Well, you should be grateful to my old Uncle Trevor. Retired, but still a brilliant lawyer.
Who?
I thought your brother had done for us, I really did. Thank goodness he's not too bright. If he worked out what was going on...
What was going on?
That old man your brother told to shut up?
Yes.
That was Uncle Trevor. I thought the chairman was going to throw him out.
Dag?
Radio transceiver, my dear. Hopeless range, but at least that reduces the risk of them being detected by scanners.
Oh, fantastic. So not only do I get off, but all of Arama thinks that the chief technician has been outwitted by a student.
Was that a proper thing to do?
Well, no. She's disappointed that I haven't got a noose around my neck.
Oh, don't be silly, Ewan.
Oh, come on, Janine. We're celebrating. I'm free.
Apart from your exams and the 10 days community service and then our final year...
Tomorrow I have community service. Tonight we party. Janine, it's me. Listen, I don't have long. I'm calling from the barracks.
Ewan! I didn't expect to hear from you while you were out there. How's the community service going?
Oh, it's not so bad. I'm always back in base before the day's war starts, so it's not dangerous. I've never even seen a glimpse of a Diablon.
Is it true that their stares can drive a man mad even after they're dead?
I just told you, I've never seen one. Anyway, that's an old wives' tale. And there are never any dead anyway.
What do you mean? Of course there are dead. We get the war reports every day.
I mean there are never any bodies. They booby-trap them or collect them, so that we can't examine them.
You are being careful, aren't you?
I told you, I don't go out there. They've had me fixing things, which is pretty easy. Weapons and the like. And I'm on guard duty tonight.
Guard duty?
Just for my last night. And it's all right, I requested it. It's not dangerous. The Diablons never attack at night. I'd love to listen to you worrying about me all day, Janine, but I called because I need a favour.
No, I might have known. And who said I was worried?
It's only a small favour. I need the complete maps of Arama that are on my main data pad. Could you transfer them over this line to my pocket pad?
What do you want them for?
Janine, please, there are other people waiting to use the communicator.
Very well, but I expect a full explanation when you get back.
Yes, fine. I'll see you tomorrow.
Datapad activated. Recording.
If the Diablon guards are as lax as the Araman ones, I should have no problems getting over their lines. Then maybe I'll find some answers there. Like, why the Diablons don't want us to see their dead. And why we never find their wounded. Do they take them all back to Diablo? But where is Diablo? I've looked on all the maps. Just Arama and Rock. There's nowhere it could be. Diablo is the enemy of the GOD. The people of Diablo rejected the word of the Guardian of Destiny. We're told the outdoors is a mythical place full of evil things. The Diablons are evil things, so maybe it's not mythical, and the Diablons come from outdoors. If I can just get into their camp, maybe I can find some clues.
Recording ends.
Can't be much further now. I am not scared. I am not. They can't hurt me. They can't turn me mad. If I don't look at them, and I have a gun, there's bound to be a sentry. But they won't be expecting anyone. No one ever leaves the camps at night. Now, matters. There. If I lie right down...
Hello, Ewan.
Shut up! I didn't mean to activate you.
Danger, Ewan. There is danger.
Well, there is now. Be quiet. I laid on the button by mistake, okay?
Danger!
Who's there? Identify yourself or I shoot.
Oh, no!
Identify yourself. Give the password.
Gotta get out of here. Where's the gap?
I'm going to count to 3, scum. 1, 2...
No! Oh, no. No! What have I done?
What was there?
No closer, please. No closer.
Do you reckon it was Diablons?
After hours, don't be stupid. The Diablons know the score. Some guard shooting at his own shadow, more like.
Oh, yeah, found it. Ah, looks like he shot himself.
Idiot. Still, what'd you expect after 1 week's basic training, eh? Clowns like this. No wonder we got Diablon scum jumping all over us. Okay, leave him.
Oh, shouldn't we carry him back to camp?
Oh, he's far too gone. He'll be dead by morning. Save your energy for killing Diablons, eh?
But you are Diablons. Hold on, I'm coming.
Is it true that their stares can drive a man mad even after they're dead?
Looks like I'm about to find out. Tarlin! No! You're supposed to be on our side!
Ewan. It was you. You're working with the Diablons?
No! I thought you were one of them! Oh, Tarlin, I'm so sorry!
It's cold, Ewan. So cold.
Let me look at your wound. I might be able to help. I'm a technician.
Don't I know it? Clever Ewan thinks he's better than me because he was chosen to worship the GOD.
No, that's not true.
Well, at least I died in the service of Arama. I didn't go over to the Dark Forces like clever Ewan.
I swear by the Guardian of Destiny that I'm not working with the Diablons, Tarlin. Let me help you.
It's cold, Ewan. So cold.
Tarlin, I didn't know. I didn't know. I'm sorry. No!
Alert, alert. Keyword alert. Begin awakening procedures.
Temperature rising. Heart rate increasing. Mindwarp activated. Awakening procedure complete.
Computer? Why have I been awoken? Well, it's less than a month since I was last awoken.
State authorization.
Oh, for goodness sake. Inman, Caudo, First Secretary.
Reason for awakening procedure activation. Keyword alert.
What keyword?
Keyword Solent.
What report?
Daily War G79682. Casualty list.
That's not possible. Ewan Solent is dead?
Incorrect.
What?
Report features Solent Tarlin.
Oh, the brother. All right, give me the report anyway.
Solent Tarlin. Deceased. Reported killed outside war hours.
Really? How long ago did this occur?
12 hours.
When did Ewan Solent finish his army service?
Accessing data. Solent, Ewan. Army service completed 3 hours ago.
Which battle zone was he stationed in?
Battle Zone S.
And in which zone was his brother?
Battle Zone T.
Rather a coincidence.
Chances of coincidence calculated as...
Spare me the figures. I want all reports on Ewan Solent from the last month. Now. And we call this thing the Guardian of Destiny. You didn't see that one coming. Did you, GOD?
Negative.
Ewan, you're back.
Yes, I'm back.
Well, tell me all about it. What were the soldiers like? How was your guard duty? Did you see a Diablon?
There aren't any Diablons.
What?
Nothing makes sense anymore. Janine?
Yes?
Hold me. Please, I need someone.
Okay. There.
Thank you.
Now, are you going to tell me about it?
Diablo doesn't exist.
Of course it does. We've been at war with it for forever.
Then where is it? Nowhere. That's where. I went to their camp. I killed a Diablon.
Then...
It wasn't a Diablon. It was my brother. I thought I must have gone to the wrong camp, but I checked when I got back, and no, they were supposed to be the enemy.
I don't understand.
I killed my own brother. My unpleasant, sadistic brother. The sort of person they conscript to the army. A misfit that they don't want in society. But he thought he was fighting the Diablons. Don't you get it? They've invented Diablo, the enemy of the GOD, so that they can send away all the violent elements, the potential criminals, anyone they don't want. They tell them they're fighting the forces of evil and let them get on with it. And if the GOD's greatest enemy doesn't exist...
don't say it.
Perhaps the GOD exists, but I don't believe it's divine. Everything we've been told is true is false, Jenine. So, I'm wondering, what about the things we were told are false? Like the outdoors? I believe it exists.
No, this is just... You're just upset.
I didn't love my brother. You know that. But he didn't deserve to die like that, for a lie. I have to find out the truth so I can live with myself. I have to find the Blue Dome.
But it's just a dream.
No, it isn't. I think it's something much more than that. It's the stirring of a race memory of something we've turned our back on. And I'm going to find out what it is.
Ewan, look at the time. Why didn't you wake me? We're going to be late for the lecture. Hurry up.
Doesn't matter. I'm not going.
What? This is the first lecture of our final year.
We won't be missing anything. It's all pointless.
Ewan, it's our final year, the culmination of everything we've been doing for almost all our lives.
Final year. Abstract spiritual studies. Worthless.
If we're to serve the GOD, we have to understand...
What? About planets? Mythical aspects of an abstract nothing called heaven? About stars?
Yes.
No, Jenine. All these things, created and revealed to us by the Guardian of Destiny. And you know I don't believe in the GOD anymore. Not like that.
But you can't tell anyone that. They'll mind warp you, send you away.
No, I've worked out what I'm going to do. I have to see Father Dadley, but it'll be okay. Don't worry, Jenine. You go off to your lecture. Learn about planets and stars, if that's what you want to do. I want to learn other things.
You wanted to see me, Ewan?
Yes, Father. Father, a lot has happened to me recently. The trial, my brother's death.
Ah, yes. I saw the casualty list. I'm very sorry.
Thank you, Father. But the thing is, I don't think I'm ready to face my final year. I'd like your permission to spend this year on a personal project before starting the spiritual studies.
I understand. Did you have a particular project in mind?
Seismology.
Seismology?
The study of ores and mineral deposits.
Yes, I know. But it's a dead science, Ewan.
Deadish.
Last applied over 200 years ago, I believe.
Well, perhaps, but it could be useful. I can search for ores.
Ewan, I don't want to sound discouraging, but you do realize that everything is recycled? Arama's population is stable. We don't need ores.
I think we do. Metal is worn away. Think of the worn treads on the travelators. All I'm proposing is to pinpoint likely seams and analyze them. I'm sure the information will be useful sometime soon. Very soon.
I see. Well, if you're quite certain that you're not ready to take your final year...
Quite sure, Father.
Please take care, Ewan.
I will, Father. Thank you. For everything.
This was outside the dorm. I fell over it. Why is it that I'm condemned to room with fellow students who seem determined to cause me the maximum amount of grief and misery?
What in the name of GOD is it, Deg?
According to the delivery label, it is... one seismoscope for Ewan.
Ewan, your new toy has arrived.
I heard. Look, isn't it great?
Well, if that's your sort of thing. But no one uses them anymore.
Well, we're going to use it, starting tomorrow.
We?
Oh, I sort of assumed you'd...
All right, we're going to use it.
GOD save us all.
This calls for a celebration.
What do you mean? What's in there?
You must promise not to tell anyone.
What is it?
Do you promise?
Yes, all right, I promise.
Deg?
Yes, I promise too.
I smuggled these back from army service. Rations.
Why?
Army rations are very different from technician rations. Taste this.
That's gorgeous. Oh, food's not supposed to taste like that.
Our food doesn't really have a taste, though, does it? Deg, do you want to try some?
No, thank you. Army rations are for the army. If we were supposed to have them, they'd give them to us. Who knows what sort of chemicals they might put in them?
Oh, the GOD wouldn't let anyone tamper with rations. Would it?
I don't intend to find out, thank you very much. I'll leave you two to your feast.
Do you think it's drugged, Ewan? Is that why it tastes so good?
I don't think so, but since I've got back from the army, I've been feeling different somehow.
Why didn't you tell me? What are you trying to do to me?
But they're not bad feelings. They feel right. Come on, eat it up. We've got a lot of tests to do today. A bit further.
Do you want a hand carrying that thing?
No, I'm fine. Here, this is the spot. How long have we got?
Give me a second. 2 minutes.
That's not long enough.
Apparently there was a bird sighting at Carrion earlier. The Cord Metro's been diverted down here.
What's the next window, then?
It's no good. Any longer and the knock-on effect will extend to too many lines. The closure will be certain to be noticed. We've got to do it now.
OK, we'll just have to work fast. Hand me up the laser cutter. Have you double-checked the diameter and depth settings?
40 by 60... 1 minute 30.
Here goes. OK.
Here's the transducer.
Right. That's it.
Not quite. Under no circumstances should tests be started until the red standby light is extinguished and the green ready light is illuminated. Otherwise, severe damage will be caused to the transducer.
It better not take long. They'll shut the line down if we're still here.
Oh, well, that's better than them not shutting the line down if we're still here.
Come on. Come on.
Green.
Right. What's next?
The instructions say that wide-angle beams should be used for the calibration tests. 1 minute, Ewan.
Beam set and on. Wow!
Impressive!
And again. Just one more.
40 seconds, Ewan. We'll have to abandon the last test.
Janine, it won't take...
We don't have time, you idiot. Come on, hurry.
All right, just let me unscrew it. It's stuck.
What?
Oh, it's wedged in too tightly. I can't get it to move.
Come on!
OK, I've got it.
Let's go.
We'll have to replace the lining of the tunnel first.
Oh, GOD, save us. There.
Quickly, to the hatch. Help me to carry this thing.
Ewan, do me a favour.
What?
No more tests in metro tunnels, please.
You may be right. But just think of all the lovely results we've got. Come on, let's go check.
Honestly, do you two have to sprawl out on the floor like that?
We're comfortable like this.
And I suppose you're comfortable living in a place that resembles an explosion in a paper factory. Do you really need all of these maps?
Afraid so.
Oh, lack of pride in one's surroundings is typical of the decadent attitude of modern students.
And just how old are you, Deg?
Older and maturer than you two early entry types, that's for sure.
And don't we just know it?
Janine, look at this.
Hey, that must be the non-stop link between Delman Central and Jelna. I'll check it with the map.
Yes, but look at the second image.
Was that from the upward beam?
Yes, there's hardly any sign of returning echoes. Everything gets lost quite quickly. But this one, where most of the sound was sent sideways, there are plenty of echoes for a greater distance.
Well, that's odd, but what does it prove?
I've no idea. Suppose you wanted to create a vast dome, one that's really huge. How would you set about it? Would you dig up, down, sideways, or what?
There is no what. Up, down, and sideways covers everything, doof.
So how would you build a massive dome, doof?
I wouldn't. Arama has plenty of space. But, no doubt, this is a hypothetical question about this hypothetical blue dome that you've been boring us with, correct?
Maybe.
I would dig down.
Why?
Really, Ewan, it would be perfectly obvious even to a first-year student. Digging down is much easier. You start at the top of the dome, working your way down and outwards, and removing the spoil through the top as you go. Digging upwards would be impossible. As your dome gets bigger, it would break sideways into other domes, and digging upwards means that you'd have the continuous problem of rock falls, which would get worse as your dome got bigger.
You're right, Deg. If my dome's anywhere, it's down.
Perhaps, but you're overlooking a fundamental law of the Guardian of Destiny. You can't create space. You dig out a lot of spoil to make a new dome, and you've got to put it somewhere. You dig your new dome, Ewan, and you'd end up with exactly the same amount of space as when you started. In fact, a really vast dome, like your wretched blue one, would fill all of Arama with spoil. Arama exists, therefore your dome does not, and cannot.
He's right, Ewan. That makes sense.
Of course it does. If you were doing your final year, Ewan, you would have learnt all about this. The creation of space was the first act by the GOD. Man cannot make space, he can only move it around.
Yes. I suppose this really is all pointless.
No, it isn't. Pass me the maps. I want to find the lowest level.
But Ewen...
I'm going to check below us anyway. I'm sure the blue dome exists.
Ewen, have you got the results?
Yes.
Well?
Nothing. The lowest point in Arama, and there's nothing. Solid rock. Maybe it is just a stupid dream.
Oh, right. If at first you don't succeed, give up. Oh, come on, Ewen. What about Simo Bilan?
What about him?
Didn't he find the blue dome?
How should I know? All I know is he vanished. Look at the results.
Okay. It looks like the lecturers are right. Rock is infinite, and the GOD has created a very small amount of space for us to live in.
What do you mean, looks like? Are you saying that you've not been going along with the official teachings?
Would I be helping you if I did? It's been fun sharing your dream with you, Ewen.
You've tried to understand it, but you haven't shared it.
I think I have, the way you've described it. And if you think there's a life other than in Arama, then I want to help you find it.
You mustn't have anything to do with me, Jenine.
Why not?
Because I don't want to be a technician. I don't want to be ordained.
And who says I want to be ordained?
You must, Jenine. I have to get away. I have to escape from everything.
But not from me?
No, not from you.
Then there's no problem.
I don't want to be responsible for what might happen to you.
You wouldn't be. I'm the only one responsible for me.
You know what will happen to us if they find out.
We'll be mind-warped, left to cope as ordinary citizens as best we can. Perhaps if we were together, that might be all right. Our selection was a mistake. It has to be. Technicians aren't meant to feel like this.
I know. Oh, Jenine.
Let's look at the map again. High-up places. Keltro's a high-up place, and just over here, that looks like a pedestrian tunnel linking two of the industrial domes. It'd be easy to close that for a few minutes so we can do a test. Let's go and do that now. Ewen?
Yes. All right then. But it'll be a waste of time.
It'll only take half an hour. We'll be back before you know it. Oh, why does this thing take so long to process the results? I want to know now.
As if it's going to tell you anything you don't already know. I don't know why you're bothering.
Do you have to stand around criticising, Deg?
Well, as a matter of fact, I don't. I have no interest in seeing your ridiculous results. I think those army rations have done something strange to your brains. I'm going to spend the night in one of those other dorms, with sane people.
Oh, Deg. We're not trying to chuck you out of your own dorm.
Oh, yeah, I know. Look, I'll see you in the morning, all right?
He's right, you know. It's not going to tell us anything.
Shh, here it comes. Oh, you're right. It's not telling us anything. It's blank.
Something's wrong with it. I knew that transducer couldn't take maximum power.
Oh, no, wait. There is something there. It's just the top half that's blank.
That doesn't make any sense.
Maybe we got the screen aspect ratio wrong, and the image is shifted down too far.
No, I've checked everything.
Well, download it again. There must have been a glitch. Oh.
No, it's still blank. It must be a problem with the seismoscope.
Download another image.
What's the point?
Oh, please.
Told you, exactly the same.
No, look closely. There's a match with the edge of the last picture. They join up, just like all the images we've had before. You can match up the overlaps to get a continuous picture of what's out there.
You don't think that this is what's out there? Jenine, that's ridiculous. What did you do that for?
We need a clear head to deal with this. We'll go to bed, and then download all the seismographs and print out some hard copies in the morning.
But I'm not going to be able to sleep.
No, I don't suppose I will either.
Jenine?
Yes?
Oh, right. I see.
Shh.
Wakey, wakey! Rise and shine!
We're already awake, Deg.
Well, you don't appear to be rising or shining, though. And what in the GOD's name is that paper thing?
We don't know. We simply don't have any idea in any way, shape or form.
What does the blank upper half mean?
You tell us.
It's printouts of the seismograph, Deg. That shows what's above us. The darker the image, the denser the rock. Which means that the blank upper half represents nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
In which case there must be something wrong with that silly gadget.
There isn't.
Well, then it's simple. You've got the pictures upside down.
Oh, of course we haven't.
Can't you tell that doesn't represent a dome? A dome has dimensions. That has nothing.
How far up is it?
A long way. At least 5 times the height of this dome.
Perhaps it's a, horizontal fissure running through the rock.
It's too big. There's no visible means of support.
Aha, but you don't know how big it is. You're basing all this on the results of one test, aren't you?
Several tests, actually.
Yes, but only one location. So what you have to do is repeat your tests at, say, the 4 extremes of Arama.
That'd be bound to give us a solid rock result. Then we work our way in towards the centre of Arama to discover where the nothingness starts.
Precisely. That way you'll be able to fine-tune your tests and establish the exact area of this fissure, or whatever it is. Who knows, it might prove useful. Water storage or something. The GOD doesn't create space without good reason.
What are we waiting for? Oh, come on, Ewan, let's find out. Would you mind waiting there a few minutes, madam? The tunnel's closed at the moment. Technician business. We'd better get a move on. We're holding up the rush hour traffic.
I'm doing this as quickly as I can.
Come on, Ewan. We can go home after this one.
All right, I'm hurrying. I want to see the results as much as you do. If I just... What was that?
What was what?
Listen.
It sounds like it's coming from inside the rocks. It's...
Jenine, where are you?
I'm here.
Don't move. There might be some more loose rocks. Are you hurt?
No, I'm all right, I think. Are you?
I'm fine. Look, I'm going to start shifting the rocks very slowly. Then we can get out of here.
Ewan, all those people out there.
They'll just have to wait.
But we can't reopen the tunnel like this. There'll be complaints. They'll find out we weren't on official technician business.
Yes, we are. It's my project.
And do you want anyone inspecting your results?
Well, we're just going to have to get out of here as soon as possible. I'm nearly through and...
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, officer.
I think you'd both better come along with me.
Ow, let go of me! Let go of me!
Oh, no.
Carrying out unauthorised experiments on Cord Metro property, damage to Cord Metro property, obstruction of Cord Metro passengers, polluting Cord Metro airspace, insulting a police officer.
I didn't insult him, Chief Technician. I assaulted him.
All right, assaulting a police officer. That's even worse.
He was being overzealous in arresting me.
You had just blown up a Cord Metro station.
We caused a small rockfall. It was cleared up in an hour.
That's not the point. You have besmirched the good name of the centre, and you will be dealt with most severely.
Another Imperial Court?
Not this time, Solent. No. It'll be a senior disciplinary council hearing for both of you. And until that is convened, you will both be confined to your study apartment.
But our research...
Your what? Will you add blasphemy to your list of crimes? All information we need comes from the GOD.
The information's certain to be in the library. We just wanted to check it firsthand.
The word of the GOD isn't enough for you.
We just couldn't find the information. You see, there seems to be this big fissure of nothingness above us, and...
Nothingness? Fissures? I've never heard such blasphemous rubbish. Get out now, the pair of you.
All right, we're going.
You can leave your machine there. You're not going to be needing it again.
But its memory contains the results of today's test.
I said it stays here in my office until I decide on its disposal.
But
leave it and get out!
I'm sorry. I should never have involved you, Jenine.
I said I wanted to go with you, and I meant it.
We've got to get the data from the seismoscope. I wouldn't put it past our chief technician to wipe its memory.
Oh, surely even Taran wouldn't do that.
Wouldn't he? You went at the trial. He's wanted to get back at me ever since.
Then we've got to get the data before he wipes it. We have to get into Tarrant's quarters.
Jenine?
This is too important, Ewan. We have to know.
We're under house arrest. All the security systems.
We're supposed to be technicians, Ewan. What other technicians built, we can disable.
This is it. Just one more wire.
Careful, Ewan.
You're crowding me. Just stay back, please. Just in case. There.
Yes.
Shh. We mustn't wake him. Here goes. Keep the door open, just in case.
There's the seismoscope.
Oh, you beautiful thing.
Oh, thank you.
Not you, it.
Well, get on with it then.
All right, I'm going. Oh!
I think we've just been caught out.
Help me with this. We've got to get it out of here.
There's no other way out.
You two? I might have known. Give me that machine.
No.
You're finished. You're going to rot in jail for the rest of your lives. Now give me that.
No way.
Jenine!
I think I've killed him.
No, he's still breathing. I just hope you haven't damaged the seismoscope. Come on, we've got to get out of here before he regains consciousness.
You brained our chief technician. Oh, cripe. Somehow I don't even think my dear old uncle's legal skills will be enough on this occasion.
That's what we thought. Will you take us to the station?
It'd be better if you stole my car. As soon as you start buying metro tickets, you'll be pinpointed. Have you thought where you're going?
We just have to get away.
Here. This is the destination code for our holiday house in Atlan. It'll be empty now. There's some money in the car.
You're a good friend, Deg.
But we don't want to get you involved.
Me? Involved? You've stolen my car, and I heard you say you were going to Kelso. Oh, I shall tell them everything.
Oh, thank you, Deg. We won't forget you.
Well, I'm hardly likely to forget you either. Now go.
And then, Your Excellency, the girl hit me with their machine. They left me for dead, stole the car of a fellow student and forced a security guard to let them out of the complex.
I see, Chief Technician. They have to be stopped. Have you alerted the Centre Police?
Yes, Your Excellency. With your permission, they will be hunted down and destroyed.
You have it.
We should be safe here for a while, but we should keep moving.
These results are all the same, Ewan. The rock just comes to an end.
If it's a dome up there, it's vast. The sides of it don't even show up on the angled images from the farthest extremes. Just nothingness.
Ewan?
What?
What do you make of that?
It's nothingness, I just said.
No, look closer. Just above where the rock ends. A faint sort of pattern.
Oh, yes. I see it. Anything like that on any of the others?
Yes. This one and this one. All of them. They seem to fall into a regular pattern of rectangles, Ewan, like...
Like buildings?
Yes. Up there, in the nothingness, there are buildings. A lot of buildings. And if you look very closely, I think that line is a tunnel leading to them. Ewan, we have to go there.
I still think it was suspicious. There aren't normally human guards at the station.
He said the automatic barriers were broken, Ewan. It happened.
Well, I wish it hadn't happened today.
We have to do this. This is the only way to get down to where that tunnel starts.
There aren't any other passengers on the train.
Yes, there are. I saw... Oh.
They all got off at the last stop, and no one else got on.
It's just a coincidence.
No, it isn't. Quick, get out.
But the train hasn't stopped.
There'll be guards there. Get out now. It's our only chance. Come on, run!
Where to?
Just run! That sounds like our friend the Chief Technician.
He must have the whole army with him.
If we take as many turnings as we can, we might lose them. And they can't shoot around corners.
That doesn't seem to be stopping them. Oh, Ewan!
It's all right. They don't know where we're going, and I'm pretty sure that the tunnel entrance should be just down here.
I can't see it.
Just slow down. Keep looking. They're not going to get us.
There! A door, Ewan, a door! But surely that's just a switch one.
The entrance could be in there somewhere. Anyway, it's better than being stuck out here. Not likely. We're getting out of here. Damn!
Let me help.
I'm sorry I got you into this, Jenine. Got to get out. Got to get out.
Ewan!
The plasma bolts have weakened it. Come on.
So you had them trapped down here, Chief Technician. Your foolproof plan, and they escaped. To where exactly?
We don't know, Your Excellency. The acoustics are so bad down here, we didn't know exactly where they...
You lost them! I take it that it crossed your mind to check that door over there?
Yes, sir. It's solid. There's no way they could have opened it.
Solid. I see.
That was Caudo Inman out there. I recognised his voice.
The first secretary? What's he doing here? Why are we so important?
I don't know. Perhaps we're a danger to him.
How?
I'm more worried about how we're going to get out of here. That's the only door.
But you said the tunnel.
I know what I said, but there's nothing here.
Well, if they've gone from outside, we can look for another entrance.
I suppose so.
Oh, it can't have locked itself.
Seemingly it can.
That means we're trapped.
No. Pass me the light tube.
Here.
Up there, you see. Just like before. We Aramans aren't used to looking up, are we?
A door in the ceiling? How peculiar.
Looks like it. If I stand on those boxes, I think I'll be able to reach it. There.
Ewan!
Don't worry. If anyone was still out there, they'd have heard us by now. Now, I'm just going to...
What's up there?
Looks like a tunnel. It's very dark and it slopes upwards.
Towards the nothingness?
Let's hope so. Nearly there.
Thank goodness.
If I get down first, then I can help you.
I'm perfectly capable of helping myself down, thank you.
All right. Have it your own way.
What's down there?
Long corridor, lots of doors.
Oh, I said I didn't need any help.
You're putting on a bit of weight.
I prefer to think of them as curves. We're not at the nothingness yet, then?
By my calculations, we're 10% nearer than we were at the start of the tunnel.
Oh, is that all? Anyway, we can't keep calling it the nothingness. Let's call it the Blue Dome.
Yes, why not? The Blue Dome it is.
Well, shall we explore? Find out what's behind a few of these doors?
Okay. Here. DNSC, air conditioning plant. That's fairly obvious.
But what's DNSC?
No idea. Look at all this machinery.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's all old-fashioned stuff, but it doesn't look like it's ever been used.
I think you're right. Look, it's covered in plastic. Probably sprayed on.
Oh, yeah. It'd take ages to get it all cleared. It looks like it's meant to last hundreds of years before it's used.
Maybe it's been here for hundreds of years. Oh, look at this.
Rope?
Plastic rope. Could come in useful.
Let's check out the other rooms. You never know what we might find.
Deep Nova Shelter C. Level 19. Rest our ant. Well, now we know what DNSC is. But what's a nova?
I'll look it up.
Nova, a new light in heaven.
Some sort of religious term.
Is that all it says?
Yep.
I don't see why people would have to shelter from that. Well, what's rest our ant, then?
Word not found.
Nothing. Let's find out for ourselves, shall we?
It looks like the communal meal room we had at the nursery when we were tiny.
But the size of it. There are 1, 2, 3, 10 by 10 by 4. 400 seats, and they're all adult size.
How odd. Why bring hundreds of people together to eat when you can just get rations dispensed to wherever they live?
We don't know this is an eating centre.
Well, what else could it be for?
I don't know. Look, I'm going to map out where we've been so far.
Okay. Now, what's this? Ewan, look up SOUP in the dictionary, please. S-O-U-P.
Can't you see I'm busy?
Oh, please.
All right.
Word not found.
Nope, it's not a word.
Yes, it is. It says so on this screen. Then there's a list of other words. Hey, it says vegetable. That's trees and grass. But you don't eat those.
Of course not.
Maybe if I press vegetable, it'll explain.
Soup, vegetable, 400 servings. Confirm.
Okay.
Confirmed. Stand by.
Ewan?
I'm busy.
Okay, right. Cancel.
Stand by.
Cancel, you
Ready.
stupid thing. Cancel!
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Janine, can't you leave anything alone? Is this your SOUP?
Soup. Apparently it's pronounced soup.
Well, what is soup?
Some kind of food?
It says here vegetable soup.
Food made from trees, do you think?
I think we're about to find out. That doesn't look anything like rations. And it's hot, and food doesn't smell like that.
But it smells great. Ewan, I think I've just made tree soup for 400 people, and I'm going to eat it all.
Alert, alert.
What is it, Geode?
Power load in DNSC does not equate with normal maintenance tests.
Conclusion?
Intruder or intruders in DNSC.
Armageddonist saboteurs again?
99% probability.
And all maintenance staff have been accounted for?
Affirmative.
I see. Computer, activate the Mannix.
Well, how'd you like your soup?
I never thought trees would taste this good.
It's even nicer than those army rations.
You know, I've been thinking about those. What Deg said about the rations being doped. I think he was right.
But you said they were safe. We kept eating them.
Not the army rations. Ours. I think they drug the technicians' rations. And since we've been eating the army rations instead...
We've had those... feelings.
We just accepted how we were before. Technicians live apart from everyone else, don't have children, don't have lovers. We thought it was the way we were made. One of the reasons we were called to the GOD, but it's not true. This is the way we were meant to feel.
Oh, Ewan.
Janine, Get down!
It's a robot.
It's the tracking by heat source.
Saved by soup.
We better split up and keep under the tables. It should break up your heat signature.
Okay.
It's all right. I don't think it's got auditory sensors. It definitely can't hear us. We can talk. Now, help me push these tables together to block it.
It knows where we are.
Keep blocking it. It slows it down. I'm going for the rope.
Why?
Just hold on and you'll see. There. Now catch hold of the other end.
No, got it.
When I say so, pull it tight. I'm going to stand up now.
Ewan, no.
I want it to speed over here. Here goes. Now, Jenine. It can't get up.
But it's still got its weapons.
Soup. What? The fall damaged it. If we throw liquid over it, it'll short it out.
Brilliant. Right, eat soup, robot.
Jenine.
Fire at your hunk of
Jenine.
Come here, like
it can't
save
hear
my
you.
Soup again. Hey. Oh. Sorry.
If you hadn't turned the soup machine on in the first place, the robot wouldn't have come looking for us.
You don't know that?
I think it's a fairly logical conclusion. Nothing bothered us until you started messing around.
It might have just been patrolling.
A bit of a coincidence, don't you think?
Actually...
Jenine, how about we just don't touch things in future? Just in case? Please?
Okay. You're probably right.
Thanks. Come on, if this is level 19, there's still a way to go. And bring the rope. It might come in handy again.
Okay.
Mannix deactivated.
Impossible.
Negative.
I know. What data did it transmit prior to deactivation?
2 humanoid targets reported.
2. Armageddonists or Solent and his friend?
Identities unknown.
As usual, the GOD doesn't know. Now, what do I do?
Suggestion. Send squad of crewmen to investigate.
No. These 2 are obviously armed. I'm not risking precious project personnel. What other options are there?
One other option.
I think I'm going to die.
Level 2. Only one more to go. As long as...
What? Oh, I can barely take another step.
Well, it's just that, by my calculations, there's still quite a distance until we reach where the nothingness begins.
Oh, no. Oh, this must be it. Level 1. Really, Ewan, I couldn't walk any further.
You might not have to. Look, a lift.
Oh, hooray! And why didn't they have one at level 19?
Come on.
I'm coming. Station. That's our only option.
Surely a station would be at the lowest level.
Oh, don't argue with it. I'm sure it knows more about the layout of this place than we do.
Okay, station it is. It's just like a Cord Metro passenger capsule.
It looks like we've reached the end of the line.
Or the beginning. This is all a bit convenient. A handy lift, a train ready for passengers.
As long as it means I don't have to climb any more stairs, I don't care. Look, next station, DNSD.
Deep Nova Shelter D.
Oh, and now Deep Nova Shelter E. Oh, Ewan, it's going too fast. I don't like it.
Next station, Challenger 3 Prototype Recreation Centre.
What's a Challenger 3?
I don't know. Just hold on. Oh! I think we've arrived. Come on.
I remember going to an amusement centre when I was tiny. It was a bit like this, only much, much smaller.
I know. This is huge. Space is the GOD's most precious gift, and they've used it for a play area. Listen to me. It's hard to get out of a way of thinking, isn't it?
The animatrons are better than the ones back in Arama. That man in the baggy suit looks so real.
I want to examine that giant wheel.
Ewan!
What?
It winked at me. The animatron winked at me.
Don't be silly. Everything's switched off.
I tell you, it winked. Come and look.
I'm the clown of the amusement park. I am the host to all our honoured visitors. Ask, and you shall be informed.
What is this place?
Well, the amusement park, kind sir.
What's it for?
It's for the edification of travellers and the enjoyment of children throughout the long years, kind sir. And their children, and their children's children, to the ends of the universe and the end of time. All rides guarantee to thrill, but, oh no, not to harm. The Tower of Dreams and Delight and Discovery is recommended to those with faint hearts who need time to adjust to our thrills and spills. Honourable sir.
How can we ride on anything when everything's switched off?
Eh? Oh, forgive me, Carson. I used to forget myself there. Oh, it's been so long. Here, wait. What? All the rides are free, Honourable Sir. But try the Tower of Dreams and Delight and Discovery.
Where is it?
Follow your dream, Honourable Sirs. Follow your dreams.
Where's the outdoors? The huge blue dome. Where is it?
All rides guaranteed a thrill, but no, not to harm. The Tower of Dreams and Delight and Discovery is recommended for those who need time to adjust to our thrills and spills. Take this, kind sir, and look for your dream.
What's this? Where's the outdoors? Tell me! Tell me!
Ewan, leave it! It's just an animatron. Come on, let's get away from here.
Roll up! 3 chances for a deck.
Prize for the lady, sir. With a prize for the lady.
To any baby, the iron stubborn iron eating glass. Roll up.
What did that clown give you?
It's a metal tube of some sort. Ah!
What?
I can see right up your nose. It's some sort of viewing device. It lets you see things far away.
Then look for the way out. I don't like this.
Jenine, there it is. I can see the tower. Follow me. The clown said to follow my dream. We're going to find the outside. I just know it.
Can we trust it?
Jenine, it was only an animatron. There, the Tower of Dreams and Delight and Discovery. This way for your trip to heaven. Come on.
Oh, thank goodness for that. Whoever thought of this amusement park had a particularly warped sense of humour. I am definitely not amused.
Please take your seats, crewman. The others are waiting.
Crewman? What's a crewman?
I think we're supposed to get in this train car thing.
I don't trust anything in this place.
Please take your seats, crewman. The others are waiting.
What shall we do?
I don't think anything can be as bad as out there. Oh, come on, Ewan. Don't keep the other crewmen waiting.
First, the voyage of discovery. We will journey to the farthest reaches of the heavens, fellow crewmen. It will be a long trip, so relax and enjoy the journey.
She said heavens, plural. What do you suppose that means?
I shouldn't read anything into it, crewman. It's only a ride.
No, this is more than just a huge amusement park, I'm sure. That sign at the station called it... what was it? Challenger Prototype. Challenging what?
Our patience.
Oh! Why has it gone dark?
Maybe it's part of the ride. Sensory deprivation.
No, they were using a speed effect before. Why would they suddenly wreck the illusion? Something's gone wrong. Turn on the light tube so we can see.
There.
Oh, we're right at the top. How are we going to get down again?
We don't have to. There's an emergency exit. Do you notice anything odd?
What in particular?
It's all rock. We must be right through the top of the dome.
So?
So let's see what's through that door.
It could be a trap.
They could have trapped us in the lift or on the train. No, I think we're being steered somewhere. Come on, let's get out. See? They're making sure we have no choice. We have to go through.
All right. It's locked.
It can't be.
Well, we're obviously meant to get out some other way. Ewan, what's that smell?
Smells like a chemical reaction of some sort.
Oh, not a very nice one. Point the light upwards. There! Some sort of grill.
I think that's where the smell's coming from.
The air's colder near it too.
If I can just pull the grill off, we could probably fit through. Oh, it moves by itself. Come on, I'll give you a leg up.
Do you think we ought to jam that grill open somehow? If it moves by itself,
Too late.
What if there are other grills ahead? I mean, we could be trapped.
Look out for grooves in the floor.
All right, well, hand me the light tube then. Oh, grooves like this?
Yes, quickly, forward. My data pad!
Oh.
Can you try and get it? Your arms are slimmer than mine.
Oh, I've got more muscles than you.
Well, can you use them to pick up my data pad then, please?
Okay. Got it. Oh, no, it's too big.
Twist it.
Oh, it won't fit. We'll have to leave it.
But I need...
Come on, this way. Oh, Ewan, I need a rest.
But we have to find out where this leads. Come on.
Oh, you'll have to climb over me to get any further. I want to know as much as you do, but I'm exhausted. Please, Ewan.
Just a little bit further. I'm pretty sure that smell's getting stronger.
Oh!
What?
Oh, a fly! It buzzed against my face!
It won't hurt you. Just ignore it.
Oh, I hate them!
I said ignore it. Come on. Just a bit further.
We've reached the end of the tunnel.
What's there?
It's some sort of cavern. And there's someone asleep in there.
Hurry up. Let's climb down. Give me the light tube. Wait here a second. Hello? 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 Wake up! Company! Hey!
Ewan?
Don't look, Ginny.
Oh, what is it?
I said don't look. I think it used to be a person.
Oh, I don't like it here.
Well, this seems to be an exit. Come on, let's get out of here.
Oh, there's something wrong with the air conditioning. I'm freezing. Oh, Ewan, I'm frightened. It's so dark. Oh, this is all wrong. Even our voices sound wrong.
This is it.
We're being punished. Ewan, don't you see? This is the afterworld for the dead. Oh, we're being punished for rejecting the GOD.
No, that's not it. Don't you see where we are? This is the outdoors. This is the outdoors! Janine, wake up. The Zargon lights are coming on.
What? Oh. For a moment, I'd forgotten where we were. Oh, it's so cold. Oh, that was a bird. A huge one. Oh, this is a terrible place.
It's all right. I won't let anything harm you. Just watch the lights.
Oh, Ewan. That light. It's so big.
I can't see the edges of the dome. Can you?
Hold me, Ewan.
How could you build a Zargon light that big?
I don't think it was built by people. This is the work of something else.
But there are only people. Who else could have built it?
What about the Guardian of Destiny?
We don't believe in the GOD.
Perhaps we should now. Perhaps we were wrong.
Janine, look at the roof of the dome, above the Zargon light. It's changing colour. We found the blue dome.
Ewan, come and look down here.
What is it?
Right down there, way below us. It's like a huge leisure pool.
Wow. They've obviously got the wave machine turned on to maximum. The motor will burn out.
If you ask me, whoever's here badly needs a technician. It's not just the wave machine. They've set the humidity far too high. Last night I was freezing and now I'm all sweaty. With the heat that must come off a Zargon like that size, they ought to be more careful.
There aren't any food or drink dispensers either.
Oh, I wish you hadn't mentioned that. I'd almost forgotten how thirsty I am.
We'd better look for a way off here. Come on.
It's no good. There's no way off. We're gonna die here like that poor man in the cavern.
Janine, of course we're not going to die. We'll find a way off here somehow.
How?
Somehow.
Oh, there's no cord metro, no travelators, not even a pedestrian walkway. Just a rock wall above us and a rock wall below us. And we can't even go back the way we came.
Maybe we ought to go back and have another look in the cavern. Maybe there's another way out we missed in the dark last night.
I don't want to go back where that dead man is.
Would you rather stay here until you're the same?
No!
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. Look, I'll take the light tube and go in. You can check the outer bit, okay?
Okay. Ewan, look!
A bird. A great white bird.
Don't move. It might attack us if we move.
It's all right. It's going away. I don't think it's interested in us.
Oh, this place is so weird.
Come on, let's go inside.
Have you found anything in there?
No, there are no other exits at all. And the grill's still fast across. We can't go back that way. Not that I thought we'd be able to. We must have been led here for a reason.
Yeah, to get rid of us.
No, you mustn't think like that. Anyway, it's not logical. They've put in far too much effort when they could have got rid of us hundreds of times over. Have you checked the ceiling in there?
Just looking now. But it's just solid rock. I'm sure that... Oh, Ewan, come here.
What is it? A way out?
No, sorry. But look, someone scratched writing into the rock. Point the light tube up here.
They haven't scratched it. They've used a laser cutter.
UAL Quiz.
You're looking at it upside down. Jenine, it says Simo Bilan.
The other student with the dream. He got this far. Ewan, you don't think that's him back there?
No, it can't be. I didn't see a laser cutter with the body, did you?
I didn't look.
Let me see if... Yes, there's another name here. And here. Jenine, all these people got here before us, and somehow they found a way off. So we will too. We will. Let's have another look at that rock wall. You were always good at climbing, Jenine. Do you think...
No way. You'd have to be some super acrobat to do this. There are hardly any handholds.
A few trees, though. A couple of ledges.
Far too spread out. And the rock in between is sheer.
We have a rope. We could climb down to the first tree, then the rock ledge, then...
And how exactly are we supposed to untie the rope once we've reached the trees or ledge?
Call yourself a technician? Elementary mechanics. We loop the rope over the tree or the rock and let ourselves down, counterbalancing each other. Then we just shake the rope free and do it again.
And what if the rope doesn't reach, Mr. Clever? Then we're left hanging halfway down the wall.
I think it will reach. And if we need to add a bit to the rope, well, you're not too attached to that jumpsuit you're wearing, are you?
Ewan!
Come on, Jenine. Think of that huge leisure pool down there, full of lovely water.
Oh, all right. Oh, I can almost taste the water already.
It's not going to reach.
What? Oh, but we're so close. Can't we drop the rest?
I don't think so. Time to sacrifice these jumpsuits, I think.
But what if someone sees us?
Who? Come on, Jenine, we're not bound by Arama's rules anymore. Anyway, as soon as we reach the bottom, I'm running straight into that leisure pool.
Oh, I'm so thirsty.
Come on, then. We'll have to drop the last couple of feet.
Oh.
Just think of the water.
Oh, okay. 3, 2, 1. Oh. Oh, water at last. Come on, Ewan.
Wait.
What is it?
Listen.
What?
It's my dream. We've reached my dream. Come on. Oh, the water's contaminated. Sodium chloride.
Oh, no. Let me... Oh, that's horrid. At least 4% to taste that strong.
Which means it's undrinkable. We've gone through all that for nothing.
How can so much water be contaminated? Just doesn't seem possible. Pollution on such a scale. Something terrible must have gone wrong.
Maybe it's deliberate. Maybe you're right, Jenine. This place is some sort of punishment for those who've rejected the GOD.
You convinced me that wasn't true. Come on, we ought to explore. Look, there are trees over there. Surely they need water.
You're right. I'll race you.
Oh, this is amazing.
Isn't it? I never imagined there were so many different sorts of trees. Do you think these are the ones they make the soup out of?
Oh, I hope so. I'm starving.
Try a bit.
Oh, no. Oh, no one could eat that. I'm sure it's not edible. Not that it matters. I'll have died of thirst before...
Shh. Listen to that.
A drinks dispenser?
This way. Look at that. Water just pouring out of that rock wall into a pool.
What if it's contaminated?
What if it isn't? Let's try it.
Oh, it's lovely. So sweet. Oh, I'm going in.
Wait for me.
What was that?
Just a bird.
Another bird?
Shh. It's okay. Look closely. See how the light reflects off it. Changes its colours. It's beautiful.
You're right. It is. What's it doing?
I think it's eating those purple spheres off that tree.
Do you think... Could we eat what birds eat?
I think we have to try. Come on.
The bird didn't seem frightened of us.
It's probably not used to people. It doesn't know they usually shoot birds.
Oh, these things are lovely. Even nicer than the soup. Oh, just think of all those poor people in Arama, eating their rations and never knowing food can taste like this. Even the water tastes nicer. I'm going back in. Come on. just fell on me. Oh, and another.
I think it's precipitation, like what used to happen in Arama if the air conditioning went wrong, remember?
It was never this much, though. The people here need to fix their humidity and stop the temperature falling so low at night. That's what's causing it.
We need to make a shelter of some sort. Weave some branches together or something.
There are some tall, thin things by the water with leaves. They'd do. And how about we hollow out a place in the sand? That'd shelter us from all that air blowing about us as well.
Right, I'll start digging. You start weaving, OK?
OK.
Do you think this is deep enough?
That's great. We can fit in easily. Let me set up my weaved vegetable thing and then we'll snuggle up inside.
I've been trying to work out how this dome works. I think we're suspended inside a sphere that's free to rotate. The Zargon light is attached to the inside of the sphere, and the sphere's turning slowly to simulate night and day.
The dome's far too big.
Oh? Why?
Well, domes are really a series of arches. They convert downward loads to lateral thrust, right?
Yes.
There's an upper limit to the span of a dome, just as there's a limit to the span of an arch. A dome this size, formed from rock, can't stay up without a central support.
Maybe there is one.
We've not seen it.
Well, we've hardly explored the place yet. We have to do that.
After the precipitation stops. This is quite cosy, isn't it? It can be our dorm. If we hang the light tube to a branch and suspend it from the ceiling, it'll be just like home.
Well, it's comfier than a cliff ledge, that's for sure. But without a temperature regulator...
Or clothes.
Or clothes. We're going to get very cold.
The light tube will give off a bit of heat. But what we really need is a fire.
Oh, right. Have you got one with you?
We'll have to make it.
And you know how to do that, do you?
I'm a technician. I'll work it out. Now, hand me the light tube. I'll set it up.
It's over your side, in the bag.
Oh, got it. Hey, what's this?
It's a radio. Father Dudley gave it to me. I was going to throw it away, but I thought the battery might come in handy.
What's it for?
He said that if I was ever in trouble, all I had to do was press the button to get help, but it's no use.
Have you ever used it?
A few times. All I ever got were cryptic messages. Nothing of any use.
You just press the button, like this?
Harder. But obviously it won't work outside Arama.
Have you tried?
No. But it's a waste of time anyway.
Danger. You must escape from the island. Danger. You must escape from the island.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Try it again.
Danger. You must escape from the island.
Does it mean like a traffic island? I've not seen anything like that.
I've no idea.
Perhaps we ought to go and explore now. Find out what it's talking about. It sounds like the precipitation's stopped anyway.
I'll have a look. Yes, it has.
I've got an idea. Let's find a really tall tree and I'll climb up it. I'll take the viewing tube, see if I can see any traffic islands.
It's a good idea, but don't you think I should be...
No, it's my idea. And I'm the better climber. Come on.
How are you doing?
I can't see much. It's a bit misty. But it looks like it clears further up.
Be careful.
Of course I'm being careful. What sort of idiot do you think I am, Ewan Solent?
Are you all right?
Oh, I'm fine. Ewan, I can see where we are.
We know where we are, more or less.
No, Ewan. The poison water's all around us. I think this is the island. And on the other side of the water, I can see some sort of huge cylinders. And, Ewan, I can see buildings. There must be people there. Oh, there.
How much of the poison water was there?
Loads. Just went on and on.
How long would it take us to swim that far?
A day, 2 days. More than we could manage anyway.
So, we have to find another way.
We could try signalling to the...
Hold still. It's just a leaf. I'll get it off. Stop tearing at it. You're making it stick to you. There. It was only a leaf.
It wasn't your face it was sticking to.
That gives me an idea.
Oh, really? I'm so glad.
Help me pick up some more of them.
All right. Why?
Look, if you exert pressure on them, they bond together.
So?
Clothes, blankets, you name it. Our very own leaf cloth.
Oh, yes. Rather lucky I discovered these leaves then, wasn't it?
Yes, Jenine. Well done. Perhaps we could build a raft.
I don't think it would work. The wood's too waterlogged. But we could try. When I've made fire, we'll try signalling.
And when will that be exactly?
As a matter of fact, I was about to start now.
All right, you do that. I'm going to go and gather some wood for a raft. Maybe once you've made the fire, we can heat up some of those berries for soup.
And once you've made the raft, we can find those other people and won't have to worry about food at all. How does fire happen? If the GOD power shorts to Earth or flows through a low-resistance circuit... Well, there's no GOD power here, so that's no good. Mechanical causes, like bearings running hot. Friction. That could be it. Now, how in the GOD's name could I create a high enough temperature to reach the ignition temperature of this vegetation? But there are other ways of raising the temperature. That huge Zargon light must be giving off a massive amount of heat. If I could just concentrate it. I need a lens of some sort. The viewing tube. There. Ow! Oh, it certainly focuses the heat all right. Right, now, if I just... Oh, that's it. Let's add a few dried leaves and... Oh, wow! That's working really well.
Jenine, it's gone. You're all right. It's me. You're safe.
Oh, what was it?
I don't know. Whatever it was, you scared it off.
It wasn't me. I think it was scared of the fire.
But you made the fire. And with that, we can have a go at signalling. We'll get the people to notice us. We could be off here before nightfall. No more monsters then.
That'd be good. Okay, let's try it. Oh, it's no good. If anyone were going to see us, they would have by now.
Just keep waving the blanket. If we send the smoke their way, then...
Oh, there's no point. They can't see the smoke. We can't make a raft. It's too far to swim. Face it, Ewan, we're stuck here.
Hey, don't give up. And don't let go of the blanket. I've got it. We're going to need this tonight.
How it catches the hot air when we're both holding it. It's a shame we can't just fly away like that across the water.
Janine, that's it. We can fly across the water.
Oh, right. You've turned into a bird, have you?
No, we don't need wings. When I was little, I had a toy. A hot air balloon.
So did I. So what? You can't fly in a toy.
You can if it's big enough. We make a huge leaf blanket. Use your fire to fill it with hot air. We'd have to find a way of carrying the fire, of course, and a way to feed it.
That wheat stuff burns. If we dry it out and compress it, we could make fuel pellets.
We'd have to make a basket for us to be carried in. We could weave one, like we did for our shelter. And a basket to carry the fire. We'll have to find something fireproof for that.
Oh, Ewan, could it really work?
It'll work. I know it will.
My hands are all blistered, Ewan. I have to take a break.
All right. But look, just a few more days' work on the leaf blanket, we'll be finished.
A few more days? Ewan, we're sticking together 40,000 leaves. It's going to take forever.
Trust me. In just a few days' time, we'll be heading to that land. Just concentrate on that. What is it?
Ewan, if we get to that land...
We will.
How will they treat us? The people there.
How should they treat us?
Well... there have been others that escaped. I mean, we know that. Simo Bilan.
Yes, several others.
Then why have they never returned to Arama, Ewan? Have you thought about that?
Just think about getting there, Janine. Whatever problems happen, together we can deal with them.
Ewan, wake up!
What is it?
The wind's dropped. Hurry! The conditions are perfect.
Really?
Yes, really. Come on.
Oh, grab the bag.
I've got it. Come on. We're leaving, Ewan. We're leaving. I can't believe we're doing this. I can't believe it's actually working. Look, you can see all of our island. It seems so small from up here.
Have you noticed it's getting colder? We better be careful. The decrease in atmospheric pressure could make us lose some... Janine, more fuel! More!
No, wait!
We're still falling!
The envelope's fully stretched. There's no point in wasting fuel. Just give it time to start climbing.
But if we crash into the water...
We won't! Now, throw on one more plug, that's it.
We're rising again.
That's all we have to do. Just keep burning enough to keep the balloon skin tight, and we'll make it.
The air isn't blowing anymore. What if we run out of fuel before it comes back?
Oh, I don't think we need to worry about that. Here it comes.
We're going to make it.
Hand me the viewing tube. I can see vehicles. They're stopping to look at us. Ewan, there's people there. People worrying about us. Doesn't it make you feel good?
Hang on. I'm trying to work out where we're going to land. At our current rate of descent, it's going to be the sand over there.
I think the vehicles are coming onto the sand. Oh, yes, they are. And people are getting out of them. Hello?
We're going down too fast. Put more fuel on.
Well, this is the last bag, so... Oh, no! That was was all our fuel.
It's all right. Don't worry. As long as the fire keeps going, it should be enough to get us nearly there.
What was that?
The fire basket. The heat must have weakened it. It's just got to hold out for a few more... Jenine! Jenine, where are you? Jenine! Come on! Come on! After all this, you can't die now. We've got to get to land. We're nearly there. I can feel the bottom. I can see people. Help me! Help me, please! They're coming to help us. We're going to be all right. Help me, please! Thank you.
Put them in the truck.
What are you doing? Where are you taking us? Will someone talk to me?
Ewan.
Oh, Jenine, come here.
Where are we?
We're in some sort of vehicle. We're safe now, I think.
Where are they taking us?
I don't know. But I think we've arrived.
Blessed are the angels of Armageddon, for they are implementing the will of the Lord. Wake up, brother, for our time is near.
What?
Ewan!
Where are we? Oh, don't worry, I remember. Has anyone said why they've locked us up?
No, I've only just woken up. That woman was raving.
Who has the right to challenge his will? Damnation to the usurpers of the will of the Lord! What unit, brother and sister?
I'm sorry? Unit? I don't know what you're talking about.
Quite right. I could be a plant. You could be a plant. We could all be plants. Those who seek to thwart the will of the Lord betray themselves by using a devil's cunning.
Right. Time for your...
Where are we? What is this place and who's in charge?
Armageddon will be punished!
Tell me where we are!
Get your hands off me! The Lord will have your eyes burned out in hell!
Ewan, what are we doing here?
Did you see the badges they were wearing?
Challenger 3 Project Security. Challenger? That was on those signs at the station at the recreation park.
And there were those signs about Deep Nova Shelter too. That woman was talking about the Nova. What does it all mean?
I don't know. Have you still got that radio?
The radio?
You never know. It might be of some use this time.
I don't have it. I must have dropped it somewhere on the way.
There's something happening out there.
The window's too high to see out of.
Not if you give me a leg up. Oh, there! I can see that woman. The men in uniform are leading her into the yard. And she's struggling. The other men have thrown her onto the ground. No! They've killed her. Just like that.
Come down. Don't look anymore.
Why do they behave like this? What have we done that's so wrong?
Right. Your turn.
Look, what are we supposed to have done? We're citizens of Arama. You've no right to... Oh.
Sit there. So, you two came in a hot air balloon. What will you Armageddonists think of next?
We're not Armageddon...
Quiet! Your escapade has given us hope. Until now, you Armageddonists have been clever and resourceful. Miniature submarines, light aircraft, even tunneling. But never hot air balloons. It gives us hope. Your numbers are dwindling and those that are left are incompetent. Do you imagine we don't have radar?
But we're not...
I said quiet. 3 Armageddonists in one day. Remarkable. You two claim to be from Arama. Well, I suppose it was inevitable you'd find out about that in the end. But you've not done your research properly. Oh, your clothes could have come from Arama, but not this radio. Though perhaps you realise that as you try to hide it under a floor panel in the truck.
No! I thought I'd lost it. It must have rolled there. I tell you, we're from...
Ewan!
Leave him. Your details were holofaxed through to HQ. As they haven't got back to us, I assume you're not on their list of those wanted for questioning. You're obviously not very important to anyone. So I see no point in keeping you. You might as well take your walk right away.
No!
Guards!
We're from Arama, I tell you. Please, someone listen.
On the floor.
Oh, you can't do this.
Where are the boxes for the bodies? They should be here.
Now, Jenine, run!
Stop or I shoot! Stop!
Jenine, come on!
Stop! Put
that gun down.
We're going to get out of this, Jenine.
It's just a delay. We're still prisoners. They're going to kill us eventually. We've rejected the GOD.
No one's even mentioned the GOD.
What does that prove?
Hush. There's someone outside.
What do they want with us now?
Unlock the door, please. You can wait outside.
But crewmen...
God, these are escapees, not Armageddonists. I'm sure they won't hurt me. Now, please. I must apologize for what's happened. Unfortunate misunderstanding. You used a hot air balloon, unheard of for escapers. Truly amazing. And, of course, totally unexpected. So, our security thought you were Armageddonist saboteurs. And now then, your names are Ewen and Jenine, yes?
At last, someone is interested in who we are. Is this all part of the interrogation?
What? Oh, no. I know, I'm afraid you're at a disadvantage. I know who you are, but you don't know who I am. I'm...
Wrong. I do know who you are.
Oh. I didn't think you recognized me from before. That's right. I'm the clown of the amusement park. Honoured visitors. I'm the host to all our honoured visitors. Ask and you shall be informed.
You were the clown?
I am the clown of the amusement park. I am your most honoured host, kind sir.
You told us the way to the outdoors. Why?
The Tower of Dreams, a delighted discovery, is recommended for those with faint hearts who need time to adjust to our thrills and spills, honourable sir.
Why?
The director has a policy of providing escapees with tiny hints when warranted. Nothing overt, you understand, that would ruin the project, but a little nudge now and again when deemed necessary.
So your little nudge was to send us to that tower?
Well, yes. Was it dreadful?
We ended up almost dying on a cliff face.
I'm sorry. But all the escape routes are dangerous. Yeah, that's the whole point.
I can't believe you were that clown.
When I said I knew who you were, that's not what I meant. Not the clown.
Oh, really, kind sir? Then, who am I?
I saw your picture at your father's house when I checked up on your disappearance.
Arama is another world, Ewan. It has to be forgotten. This is the real world. How is he?
He looks fine.
You mean this is...
Simo Beelan at your service, honoured crewman. And you have a lot to learn.
See the universe, Jenine. Look down upon the Earth, your planet. Come to the stars. See the supernova. See the black holes. Understand the universe.
It's beautiful.
Back to Earth. See the sphere turning below you. Your home. Deeper through the world's crust into Arama. Understand, Jenine. Understand.
Wake up, Jenine. Wake up.
Oh, I'm falling.
No, you're not. Welcome back to Earth.
Oh, what happened?
According to one of the stewardesses, it's called a Arama, a Mindwarp educational process. Clever, isn't it? Mind you, I'm having a struggle trying to come to terms with what a light year is.
5.88 billion miles, the distance light travels in a year. How did I know that?
The Mindwarp's given you all that knowledge about space and Earth.
It's amazing.
Can you get up yet? I was a bit dizzy for a while.
Oh, I think so. Why did you wake me, Ewan?
There was a message from Simo. He's coming to pick us up.
Where's my leaf dress? And what's that you're wearing? It's like the suit Simo had on.
Here we go. They left these for you. You're supposed to wear one of these suits too.
Why?
Because we're crewmen, apparently.
Crewmen of what?
That is what I hope Simo will be explaining to us.
We've recovered your balloon.
Why bother? We don't need it anymore.
That's for the museum, of course.
What museum?
We save everything to do with the escapable crewmen. And this was the first escape ever from the island by hot air balloon.
So how did you escape, Simo?
I got out of the cave by climbing up the cliff. I'm a bit of an acrobat. Not being clever like you, I got away from the island by the same method that all escapees have used. I built a boat.
But all the wood we found was waterlogged. Did you have a saw to cut down trees?
The reeds. They can be cut easily with a piece of flint or just uprooted. They're very buoyant once they've been dried, and they can be lashed together with vines and...
Reeds?
The tall, slender plants that grow around the freshwater pools.
Oh, no.
The reeds, we used them for the launch scaffold.
And for our shelter.
I never thought. I just never...
So we were the first to think of a hot air balloon, but we were also the first not to think of the completely obvious.
Why did we have to think of a way to escape? Why don't you just rescue people?
I'm not allowed to answer that sort of question, but you will find out very soon.
When?
When we get to Challenger City. The project director wants to meet you. Anyway, here. They wanted this for the museum too, but I saved it for you as a souvenir.
My radio?
It saved your life. The police thought you were Armageddonist, then a project assistant saw the holoprint of your belongings, and she hit the panic button.
What's so special about it?
Well, they're smuggled into Arama to only about 1 in 100 would-be escapees.
You mean escapees from Arama can be measured in hundreds?
I'm sorry, Ewan, I can't answer that.
We saw what happens to Armageddonists.
Yes, the police are tough. They have to be.
Why?
Not only is the security of the project vital, but also the lives of the people in Arama. The Armageddonists are this group of religious fanatics who don't like what's going on here.
And what is going on here?
All in good time, Janine. Now, look over there, both of you.
Oh, Ewan! It's those giant cylinders I saw from the island.
I remember the first time I saw them. They still get me every time I come this way. Like to take a closer look?
Please.
They look so old.
Over 20,000 years old.
Oh, that's impossible. They can't predate the creation.
You still have so much to learn and unlearn, just as I had. This planet has been around for 4 billion years, and man has been around for 4 million years. Every so often, evidence turns up that adds 1 million years to that figure. Now, those rings were made by people 20,000 years ago. People just like us.
What's that?
It's caused by the wind. Actually, you're lucky to hear them sing. The conditions have to be just right. There was a community here before they were relocated, and they used to believe that the singing was the spirits of those who departed from Earth in the Challenger.
We've heard that name over and over again. When are you going to tell us what it means?
You've been through your grammar, but I wonder if you can imagine what a starship is.
A ship that travels to the stars, of course.
Well, that's what we believe those rings are. Mock-ups of the sections of a starship that our ancestors built.
Mock-ups?
Trial structures to test design concepts, or maybe sections that were abandoned because they were faulty. According to archaeologists, the length of the finished ship was around 15 times the diameter of those rings.
Why? Why build something so huge? What would be the point?
A quest for knowledge? Earth-like planets to colonize? Who knows? As for building a ship on such a scale, we think it was because it was not meant to return until many generations later. If such are the distances involved if you wish to explore the far reaches of the galaxy.
Strange people.
Brave people. Prepared to make investments that wouldn't see a return in their lifetime, or even their children's lifetime.
Do we know much about them?
Many of their very high-orbit satellites have survived virtually intact, but they're designed to tell them about their own planet, not the people who built them. They left their footprints on the moon and probably landed on the planets. Again, the instruments they left behind were designed to gather information about the unknown, not provided about themselves. Here on Earth, where the real information is, it's been mostly wiped out by the elements.
And the people were wiped out too?
No, they just declined. Civilizations rarely die out completely, but knowledge can die, or rather is lost.
Do we know if the ship ever returned?
If it had, it would be in orbit around this planet. Though there's a theory that it returned and was sent on another voyage as Challenger 2. We simply don't know. There were even plans for a third Challenger, which we now know was never built.
So now you're just picking up the threads and building another Challenger?
We better get moving. It's not a good idea to spend too long in the sun at this time of the day. Come on. Here we are, Challenger City.
Look at those dormitory complexes, Ewan. They've all got their own gardens.
They're not dormitory complexes, they're individual houses.
What? There's a house like that for each family?
Oh, yes. Yeah, the bigger one's further in.
And that one's got its own leisure pool.
Lots of them have.
Imagine living in such luxury.
Just look ahead of you. The tower over there? That's where we're headed. Challenger 3 Project Headquarters.
It looks like it's made out of glass.
It is.
And the grass, the fountains, everything. It's the most beautiful place I've ever seen.
Now, you get to meet the project director.
Is he expecting us?
Oh, yes. He likes to greet all new crew members personally.
Project director's level.
This is where I leave you, crewman. Director will be along in a few minutes. Take a seat.
Simo, wait. Will we see you again?
Of course. I'll be back later to take you to your apartment.
Did you hear that? We get an apartment! Ewan, are you listening to me?
We're very high up here.
Let me see. Yes, we are, aren't we? Hey, Ewan, what's that thing over there?
I don't know. It's a bit like a Cord Metro passenger capsule.
But why has it got those flat bits sticking out of the sides?
I think those are wings, like birds have. I think it's some sort of flying machine.
It's moving faster.
It's going up. That's incredible.
The weekly shuttle taking supplies up to Challenger 3. Quite a spectacle. I never tire of watching it, so I can well imagine its effect on someone who's never seen it before.
You're the Challenger 3 project leader.
I am.
Ewan?
Janine, allow me to present the Supreme Representative of the Guardian of Destiny and First Secretary of Arama, Caudo Inman.
Let me pour you both a drink, and do help yourselves to cakes.
Thank you.
Well, Ewen and Jenine, well, I see every escapee from Arama. They are owed an explanation, but in your case, I hardly know where to begin. Escapees are rare. Much rarer than we prefer. Escapees of the quality of you two are even rarer. A hot air balloon, indeed. Ewen, do please take another cake.
Thank you.
Firstly, my name. I can well understand how intimidating I must seem to you. That's been the whole idea. But I'd prefer it if you called me Caudo.
Caudo.
The story I have to tell you goes back 600 years, and even further. We know from the records left by astronomers of previous civilizations that our sun underwent a profound change several millennia ago. It is no longer stable. Every so often it throws off streams of deadly heavy particles. Luckily, it is possible to shelter from them deep in the Earth's crust.
The deep nova shelter?
That's right. Just one of many. Nova is a misnomer, but it's a name we've kept out of respect for the past. The really serious flares occur every 850 years.
How long since there's been one?
Well, the last serious flare occurred a little over 600 years ago. Every 850 years, mankind has been hurled back and has to pick up the pieces and start again. The last nova was the worst in recorded history. Just over 90,000 souls survived out of a population of 1 billion. And many of them were genetically damaged and could not reproduce.
How awful.
But all the technology survived. The people formed a governing council and decided that somehow they would stop such a disaster happening to mankind ever again.
How?
Shh, Ewan, I will tell you everything. They didn't know how. But they had 850 years to think of something. A young archaeologist was a member of that council. At the time of the nova, he was working on a deep excavation at the site of the rings, which Simo has shown you. When he went back to work after the Holocaust, he made a major find. He broke into a vault that had been undisturbed for 20,000 years. He didn't find artifacts and trinkets there, but something priceless. He found drawings. Millions upon millions of drawings, plans, specifications, test results.
The plans for Challenger 3?
Exactly.
All of them?
Yes. It took them 10 years to analyse them, but everything was there. It was as if Providence had guided the young archaeologist to them, and he knew what he had to do. The people of Earth would build Challenger 3. It would take many hundreds of years, but build it they would. And when it was complete, they would send it forth carrying the cream of mankind to seek out a new home, and so keep the torch of humanity alive.
What an incredible plan.
Oh, yes, it was. But the Council had changed its mind. It refused to sanction it. The disaster that would overtake the Earth wouldn't happen for many centuries, and they didn't want to risk their power by committing the people to such long-term plans. Businesses were being rebuilt, and with them came vested interests. The salvation of mankind was seen as the business of religions, not something that sprang from the soul and will of every man and woman.
So the young archaeologist organised a revolution?
Yes, Janine. You have remarkable powers of perception. Except that the young man wasn't so young by then.
It was a success?
It was a coup. Bloodless and successful. A new council was formed, and the Challenger project went ahead. We are building the ship following those original plans. But there was a major problem that the plans did not address. what sort of people should be sent forth when the ship was finished.
Have you solved the problem?
Oh, yes. The archaeologist had the answer. He had known about the caverns of Arama for many years. They may have been natural formations or the results of ancient nuclear fusion experiments, but the point was that they were there. For 20 years, work on the ship stopped, while Arama was prepared and enlarged into a huge underground world that would support most of the world's population. A closed system, using the same engineering principles that were part of the design of Challenger 3.
So Arama is nothing more than an underground starship? A huge test bed?
Arama was completed 500 years ago, and when a major nova was announced, most of the populace that weren't engaged on the Challenger project were evacuated there.
And they weren't let out again?
They had everything they needed there.
How did they forget about the outdoors? Were they mind-warped?
To a degree, yes. But they wanted to forget. Outdoors had been a sort of hell for them. By the 10th generation, it had become a true mythical hell.
That's terrible!
You're condemning what happened, Jenine. No, there have been unwanted and unexpected developments, like the worship of the God, a mere computer, the creation of Diablo. These arose from a basic need of humanity that we had overlooked. But the people have survived in Arama. Those from remote areas who avoided the evacuation have been wiped out by the Novas. The tiny handful of survivors became Armageddonists.
What has this to do with selecting those to travel on Challenger 3?
The crew had to consist of the very finest that the human race is capable of producing. Those who can change the course of history, who are resourceful enough to overcome any difficulty. Those members of Arama's population who have demonstrated enterprise, resourcefulness, courage, even physical strength, and sheer dogged tenacity to work out the clues to find and use the hazardous escape routes from Arama that were deliberately set for them. They are the worthy torchbearers of the human race. They are to be the crew of Challenger 3.
I see. So how many crewmen will Challenger 3 need?
4,000.
And how many have you got?
Over the past 4 centuries, 3,852 men and women have escaped from Arama. With engineers from the project team, we have 3,995. It is enough.
But aren't most of them dead by now?
Not dead, Jenine. Sleeping. It's called suspended animation. Of course, the crewmen are woken at intervals for various reasons, such as Simo at the moment. And it's just as if they've had a normal night's sleep. When the ship is ready, they will all be woken.
When will that be, Caudo?
Tomorrow.
What?
By that I mean when you are woken. It's a term we use because it always seems like tomorrow. Challenger 3 will be ready to leave in 10 years' time. A project that was started 20,000 years ago by our illustrious ancestors is drawing to a close. Or perhaps a beginning. If there is a true God, I pray to it that we are worthy of our forebears and the wonderful inheritance they left us.
Here we are. I'm guessing it's nice to new dorm in Arama.
Oh, it's lovely.
Well, you'll stay here until after you've gone to sleep, then they'll move you on to the hibernarium. But you'll be back here when you wake up.
Supposing we don't want to be crewmen.
Jenine.
I'm talking to Simo. Well?
No one has to do anything against their will. If you don't want to become a crewman, you can apply for a job with the project team.
Do many people choose to stay here?
Not that many. But Caudo's a very understanding man. And it's a real choice that you have. Think about it carefully. Look around the place, the apartments, the gardens. Then think about what the project really means. And make your decision.
Breathe in deeply. You can almost taste the smells. Oh, I think I love the outdoors.
You don't want to go, do you?
I don't know. But I want you to think about it. We could have a nice home here. A garden, children. All your life you've had dreams of the Blue Dome, and now we're here. You're thinking of being shut up in a starship forever. It'll be just like Arama.
It won't be Arama, Jenine. There'll be a purpose.
It'll be worse than Arama. Over the generations, there'll be people who crave power, who'll do anything for it. Original dreams will be forgotten or stamped out. Perhaps that's what happened to the first Challenger. It won't mean freedom any more than this place does.
But at least here we've got space to be ourselves.
Why are you so hostile towards the project, Jenine?
I'm not hostile, I'm merely suspicious. Perhaps the motives behind Challenger 3 and Arama are worthy, but they are the product of one man's monumental vanity and arrogance. Can good come out of that?
I don't understand.
The young archaeologist, the man who discovered the drawings of Challenger 3 600 years ago, the man who led a revolution, who started the Starship's building program and founded Arama, and herded the populace inside and has ruled it ever since. Isn't it obvious? Caudo Inman was the young archaeologist.
Ewan, I guess that you would want to see me again.
Janine's right, isn't she? You were the archaeologist.
Yes. A most perceptive young lady. I'm glad you came, because there are some matters I need to talk over.
Tell me about the war. Tell me about the Diabolons.
Oh, there are many reasons. A test of resolve, the promotion of a concept. The universe is full of adversity, Ewan. There is a need for the survival of the fittest. The element of challenge. Need I go on?
My brother died.
I'm sorry. Truly. But I'm sure you can see that such things were necessary.
Really? There are a lot of good people in Arama. My mother, Deg. They're living out a lie in a tiny, bland world.
They couldn't cope with the truth, Ewan. Not like you.
We'll never know that if they're not given the chance.
I'm sorry. It's gone too far. Only the
most resourceful, the most tenacious. You said. So explain this.
The radio capsule.
Why was I given this? Wasn't I resourceful or tenacious enough?
Father Dadley was very fond of you. He guessed the truth about me and thought I meant to do you harm. He challenged me on one of my visits to the GOD Centre. A very brave old man. I told him the truth, as much as I dared, and gave him that radio to give to you.
Why me?
The radio only provided advice. In many ways, you were exposed to more dangers than anyone else. There were obstacles.
You intervened in person at my trial.
I hadn't expected your defence to do such a good job. I thought 10 days community service would be safe. It never occurred to me they would send you to the war. You killed Tarlan, didn't you?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Ewan. That was something I never foresaw.
You still haven't said, why me?
Your mother was selected as a child. Did you know that? She was exceptionally clever, but had little curiosity. Not right for a crewman. I vetoed her selection because I wanted her to have children. Something that technicians could not do. Their stupid religion, denying us Arama's full potential. To have children, she went to the donor centre. Jenine was right. I am arrogant. I believe that the product of my blood and your mother's blood would produce an exceptional child, and I was right.
And Tarlan?
No, not Tarlan. The second donor was anonymous, though your mother never knew either.
I don't understand.
I need you, Ewan. Challenger 3 is almost complete. But do you really think I would abandon the people of Arama? They are my responsibility. There must be another project for them. Can you guess what it is? Can your imagination soar that high?
If I were you, with your arrogance, I would plan to take the Earth out of its orbit around the Sun and take it in search of a new stable sun. That's what I would consider if I were you.
You are me, Ewan. My flesh and blood. That is my plan. It would take 500 years to cancel the Earth's axial rotation alone, but it can be done. I've lived 600 years, Ewan. You are my son. If you do not go on the Challenger, you will head the Solaria project. And I will live out the rest of my life naturally.
Do I have a choice?
I wouldn't deny you that, Ewan.
Suppose I decide to do neither. What if I'm not interested in the Solaria project or joining Challenger 3? If I just want to live out a normal life with Jenine?
Then I'd be very disappointed. I have great plans for you, Ewan.
Your plans don't matter to me. What matters to me is what I want, and more important, what Jenine wants.
You have been earmarked for greatness!
You've earmarked yourself for greatness, Caudo. You see yourself as the founder of a dynasty, but you need descendants. And this son might not want just to be your descendant. He might want to be himself.
You know nothing! This was the only way! This will be the first civilization to survive a Holocaust! And it will go on surviving to bring peace and prosperity and safety to its people.
All right. I understand. But maybe my ideas are different. I'll make you a deal.
I never do deals, young man.
Then now's the time to learn, old man. Why not sit down?
What did Inman have to say?
That you were right about him being the archaeologist.
Nothing else?
A couple of things. Caudo told me that if we decided not to go on the Challenger 3, we could have senior jobs here and be assigned to one of those large houses.
He did? He actually said that?
Yes.
But he wants us to become crewmen.
That's one of his ideas, yes.
Then why did
I did a deal with him. Either we both stay or we both go. But I promised him that the decision would be yours. If you want to stay, then I'll stay. And I swear on my love for you that I will never ever reproach you if we do stay. I promised him that I would not influence you, apart from telling you that I love you and I want to spend the rest of my life with you, no matter where we are.
What do you want, Ewan?
To be with you, Jenine. Whatever you decide.
Is there anything else in this deal?
Nothing that can't wait till morning.
Time to wake up. Jenine, it's morning. Did you sleep well?
Oh, Simo. But I thought we were supposed to sleep for ages.
You have.
But everything's the same. Oh, hang on. The trees are taller. Ewan, wake up! Look at this! Ow!
Your muscles are weak. You need to exercise them a bit. Yeah, try dragging Ewan out of bed for a start. Busy day today. Biggest wake-up of all time.
What?
Oh, come on, lazy bones.
Always the bully.
You're expected at the Challenger, Ewan. I'm driving you both to the shuttle.
So unless you want to meet all our future crewmates in your pyjamas...
All right. I get the point.
Right, I'll be back in 10 minutes. See you then.
Thanks, Simo. Oh, come on, Ewan, get up. We don't want to make a bad impression on our first day.
No.
And we don't want to keep Simo waiting, do we? We've got a spaceship to go to.
Yes, we have.
Shuttle preparing for docking.
Okay, that's no good.
Now prepare yourself for a bit of a shock.
By the G.O.D.
There it is. Challenger 3.
It's huge. Exactly how big is it?
Oh, 10 miles long, give or take.
It's magnificent. Ewan, are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine.
Okay.
After you, Ewan.
Thank you. Come on, Jenine.
It's so big. But where is everyone? Aren't there meant to be 4,000 of us?
Yes, but you're the first.
Oh, we are?
Ewan? Haven't you told her?
Told me what?
Good morning, Commander.
Commander?
Welcome to your ship.
Your ship? Ewan?
Didn't Ewan tell you he was to be the commanding officer?
I gave you my word that I wouldn't influence her, Caudo.
Do you mean to say that you're the captain of Challenger 3?
That was the rest of the deal that I said could wait until morning.
You risked not telling her you'd be commander. And yet she still agreed to go.
Is there anything else I haven't been told?
Can I...
Go ahead. After all, Jenine and Simo will be with you on your mission.
We're going to search for the original Challenger. We've decided that if we find it, or at least what happened to it, then we can find the new Earth that they might have found.
But will we find it?
We'll find it. I know we will. Together, Jenine. We're going to find it together.
My prayers will go with you.
Earthsearch Mindwarp Part 3 was written by James Follet, adapted by Jacqueline Rayner, and directed by Jason Hay-Gallery. It starred Leon Parris as Ewan Solent and India Fisher as Jenine Anders, with Colin Baker as Caudo Inman and Nicholas Courtney as Father Dudley. It featured Michelle Livingston as the Armageddonist, Andy Coleman as Dom Astor Tarrant, Sarah Wakefield as the Mindwarp, Mark Wright as the Soldier, Neil Roberts as Simo Bellon, and Mark Wyman as the Captain. Earthsearch Mindwarp was produced by Jason Hay-Gallery